Hello, welcome back to another stream. Thank you for waiting for me. Blah, 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 blah. I feel like I was panicking. I was on the starting soon screen and I was like, oh my goodness, perfect. You know, everyone's coming into the bakery. We're taking our time. I got home okay. I survived. I should get a badge for this, or like a pin that I can wear on my cardigan that says I survived the grocery store. Anyway, thank you guys so much for waiting. I needed to push the stream back an hour today, but I really appreciate it. I'm so happy to be here right now, because this morning I woke up and I got my yogurt from my fridge and I was like, huh, what should I have for lunch? And I have no groceries except for like some meat, like frozen meat that I could use to cook things. And I was like, this is not this is not enough for a meal. And I'm also running out of rice. And running out of rice is a dire situation. So yeah, the fridge was looking real empty. And so I had to go get groceries, but it took forever to get home. So yeah, I had to push back stream a little. But thank you for waiting. Grocery shopping is a torture labyrinth to me. Grocery store activates my fight or flight. Oh my goodness. You know how relieved I am that I'm not the only one? Because it's okay. I don't know. Thinking about grocery shopping, the idea of it, it's such a normal thing, right? Everyone needs, or maybe not everyone grocery shops, but everyone needs to eat to live. And I refuse to spend a lot like ordering in food and stuff. I do it once in a blue moon, and I also cheat. Like very, very, very rarely will I get like a frozen pizza. But I did. I had frozen pizza on Friday. Guilty. But you know, sometimes I'll get like one frozen pizza from the grocery store and I'm like, this is for an emergency. But I already used up my emergency frozen pizza, and so today I genuinely had nothing for lunch. But hi guys, it's so good to see you. Wow, I feel like it's been a minute since we've gotten to hang out and talk, just because I had a bunch of fun playing Split Fiction with Sugi on Thursday. And we actually are, I guess it's not something like huge to announce because you guys will just see it on the schedule in the waiting rooms, but we are moving our Split Fiction playthroughs to Thursdays because it just works better for our schedules. So like together. So me and Sugi will be playing Split Fiction coming Thursday again. I'm very excited for that. But you know, just us kind of chit-chatting. It's been a hot minute, so I'm excited. Yay! I'm also, today is like, Mintmai gets to rest, Mintmai gets to treat herself. Because yesterday, I was also touching grass. Mostly because I kind of feel like the more I go outside, the better it is for me. As someone that works at a desk and works like in my home for long hours without standing up sometimes. And obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm very lucky to just like, I like working from my home office, but especially after I got sick, or while I was sick, I don't think I was like touching the outside air. I had to open the windows to obviously like ventilate my sickness and everything, but I barely left my room, you know? Yeah, I was like that was weird. That was a whole 2 weeks of being kind of stuck like that. And then the day before yesterday, I pretty much worked the whole day because I'm like playing catch up now. So I had to like, at least on Saturday, I was like, okay, we're gonna take most of the day off and I'm gonna do nothing but go outside, touch grass, get myself boba, and then watch reality TV when I get home. It's such a guilty pleasure of mine. I don't know if anyone else here, like, I'm not the kind of person to unironically like watch a whole series of reality TV. Sometimes I pick it up and put it down, but it's kind of like a guilty pleasure. It feels like reading villainous manhwa, like villainous isekai manhwa for me. But recently I've really been liking not actually watching a reality show on like a streaming platform, I like watching a YouTube video essay person summarize like all of Love Island season 12. I like watching people react to it. It always feels like a sleepover. Yes, that exactly. But not like real-time reactions, because you know how long those shows get sometimes. But I've been really enjoying, like, especially at like 10 p.m. at night. Sometimes my unwind time is like putting on a 2-hour long YouTube video in the background, and it's just this guy that recaps the entire season of some sort of really tacky reality show. Something about it just itches my brain. I'm like, ah yes, this is time to relax, this is time to unwind. Also earlier I saw Karemiru. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've tuned in, but I'm looking forward to catching up. Hello again. No worries at all. I was sick. I had to travel for like, you know, holiday time with family, and because I got sick in combination with that, I winded up I wound up, not winded up, I wound up being away from the bakery for a whole month. But this last week was my first week back, and it's been an amazing week. I've been balancing so much stuff, but I don't know, I'm feeling really good about this year. Is that weird to say? Like, I'm feeling really, really good about 2026, and I think that that's a nice feeling to have. Even if like I can't guarantee whatever's going to happen in the year, that kind of thing, I'm just kind of feeling better about like life and not being too overwhelmed with things. And sometimes it even boils down to just like feeling more relaxed just about everything. Winding up Mintmai like one of those toys with the gears. Oh my goodness. I think, like, you know those music box dolls where you like wind up the key on their backs? Oh gosh, I love that concept. I think it's so cool. I have this wind up music box from like my childhood, and it's like shaped like a cute doll, but when you wind it up and then it plays the music like she kicks her feet. It was a gift from my uncle a very long time ago. Like, he got it in Asia, I think. Good times. I love music boxes so much. Me too. I think they're so nice. They're so quaint. I especially like very tiny ones. Sometimes they have very small ones and it's just like the wheel. Or I like it when they're like clear and you can see the inside. One of my most prized possessions is for a certain birthday of mine. My mom got me a Miku figurine, which is very touching because Mama Mint does not really know anything about anime, pop culture, or Miku. She doesn't know what a Vocaloid is, but she does know Hatsune Miku, and she does know that I like Hatsune Miku. And she wanted to get me something like really nice for a specific birthday of mine, which is like really, you know, super sweet. But it's on my shelf now. I actually unboxed it on stream a really long time ago. I was so scared that day though, because I'm like scared of breaking parts or something. But yeah, it's this one. My mom got me the Hatsune Miku 5th anniversary version music box. The base is a music box. And she has exchangeable like faceplates. I have her on a very high and visible shelf. And I actually don't even have her in my room. She's like in the living room. She's like above like the TV. Like, she's one of the mantelpieces. And it's totally cool because my housemates chill with Miku and everything too. My housemates have always been very, actually, now that I think about it. So right now I have one housemate, but when I still had 2 housemates, some of my sweetest friends in the world, they're actually the reason why I started collecting any Miku, because the 2 of them for Christmas time, years ago, they bought me my first Miku figurine. And they've been my best friends for years, and we're sappy and have so much fun like living together. We used to joke about being like wine aunts, even though we're not wine aunt. We are not literal wine aunts, but we used to joke about being wine aunts because there are nights where we just sit at the dining table and we like sip whatever drink non-alcoholic or like tea or soda, or we'll just like sip on something and like chat, and it feels very like wine aunt. I love him to pieces. But yeah, I heard you need to leave her near an open window. Trust. Oh yeah, I think I'll take your advice on that. While I'm at it, I should probably sleep with one eye open too, huh? She's been on my dream figures list for so long. Oh my gosh. You know, I had her for a long time and I didn't unbox her until last year. Like, I had her in the box for like 3 years. Because I remember, like, first of all, my mom bought her for me, but like she actually just like she actually just kind of gave me like the red envelope with the money for it and was like, pre-order it yourself because I don't know how this works. But my sister is the one that like told my mom about this music box Miku because she knew that I was all over it. And I was like, whoa, thank you, wing woman. My big sister was the one, because my mom was like, I want to get her something special for like this birthday, specifically, you know. And then my sister was like, I have just the thing. I would also be terrified to unbox it, to be fair. Yes. So I didn't dare to unbox it until more recently, because I think about 1.5 years ago, I like moved to like a bigger place. Or not a bigger place, but I moved, and so now I actually have my own room instead of sharing it with a roommate. But I used to be, yeah, sharing the bedroom. And so sometimes I would be like, oh, I want to put a lot of stuff, but I also don't want to take up that much space. I already had like my shelf with like character merch I like. Not that my roommate would mind, but it was more like I had too many things for the space back then when sharing a room. But yeah, I loved my roomie. But she moved. Cries. She moved. And I miss her. But it's okay, because we still hang out sometimes when she's in the area. But like, she lives hours away now. It happens, you know. People change jobs and things and like need to move, and I'm like, wah, I miss my friends. But it's okay. I still have my housemate. And I also have like another friend from you know, from a few years ago. I have plenty of friends who are like maybe half an hour to an hour away from me. It's hard though, because actually at this point in my life, I have more online friends that I talk to at a regular basis. Because of VTubing, I have more friends that I like text or call on a regular basis than IRL friends. Because I've always been someone that has like not many friends, but they're super close to me. You know what I mean? So amongst my in-person friends, there's like maybe 3 or 4 people that I'm really close with, and like we'll do Friendsgiving and like we'll go out for brunch or something because we don't live too far from each other. But then those are my IRL friends, and then pretty much everyone else that I'm really close to and call is like, I need to message them on Discord and be like, hey, let's catch up. And even then, especially with online friends, like time zones, and also like people are doing vastly different things in life, and everyone's also busy. Because I think if you're a friend that is a content creator with friends that are content creators, you all know that like, because a bunch of my friends, some of them do it like full time, but some people are like me and sort of doing more than one thing at a time. So it's kind of like we're all squeezing our calendars to be like hobby job. But then for me, content creation is something that's like very much in between. Anyways, I went on big tangent. I just love my friends. One of my goals for 2026 is to try and travel more to see my friends. I feel like I really feel you on that, because I've been trying to like plan, you know, my trips that are actually starting at the end of this month. But yeah, having internet friends is so cool, but then they're on the other side of the world. And it feels like the main excuse that you have to like see each other is like a convention. Because I mean, typically, at least for me, we meet through similar interests, right? Or just by simply coincidences and the fate, whatever have you. But most of the time, at least in the past, the only time I saw my friends in person was because they were traveling out to like a convention that was more accessible to me, or vice versa. Like I flew out to New York for ANYC, and then some of my East Coast friends were like, oh yeah, I'm also traveling to ANYC. So that's like, it's tough though, because I kind of feel like I can't attend many conventions anymore. So it's like, if there's no big event to like make an excuse to meet up, what do I do? And then I start vibrating. Yes, the next date I have with a friend is to attend a WHACAF. Wait, what is that? I'm so curious. It's an event. Vibrates. That's very exciting though. I hope you have so much fun with your friends. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. My beautiful Miku figurine. I will show you guys again sometime. Oh, Witch Hat Atelier Cafe. I was like, oh, what's a wakaf? Translating. Oh my goodness. I feel so old. I'm kidding. I just feel like back in my day. Okay, maybe not back in my day. My day is the current day. But I think I'm actually pretty offline. I'm quite offline. I really like fandom activities, and I love collab cafes, and I love all kinds of series. But actually, my whole life, whenever I get really, really into something, I don't involve myself with like the online fandom. It's because I'm shy, actually. Shy and or busy, so then I don't wind up posting about it. So I don't partake as much as I would like to in some like fandom activities. Actually, the closest I've ever gotten to it like is VTubing. But it's a weird thing because for me it's a little bit strange because I'm a VTuber, but I also really like VTubers. Or I became a VTuber first. I started the bakery and then I got really into VTubers after. So then now whenever there's VTubing events and things, I'm like, oh, it's like really cool. But like I'm also like remaining anonymous. so it's kind of a whole thing. There have been times in the past where I've like just pulled up to a convention, practically cosplayed as myself, like walking around like a piece of bread. But like I mask up and everything, and I don't look like I normally do on an average day, so it's fine. But even then, I think as time passes, I'm like not super comfortable with doing that anymore. Mostly because I'm really shy, actually. And especially if you're at a VTuber event and you kind of dress up, because I like dressing up. If you're at a VTubing event and you kind of dress up, I get really shy because, I mean, I'm flattered that people like my outfit, but I'm also like, I wish I were invisible right now. It's so hard sometimes. And it's one of those things where it's like, it's not necessarily a negative or a positive, but I wonder if anyone else sort of gets the feeling I mean, where I'm like, I have so much fun dressing up, and I really, really like to, you know, I really like to feel cute and like look my most adorable, but then I don't want to feel perceived at all. I want to like walk through public spaces like very invisibly, but even then I think personal style and like fashion is my form of self-expression. So like I'm gonna dress up really, really cute to go to like the mall or something, but I don't want anyone to see me. It feels kind of weirdly contradictory, because then it's like, oh, but then if you're dressed up really nice, like you shouldn't be surprised like if someone perceives the effort you put in. But then I'm like, but then I'm like, can I just like be in a video game where everyone else can see me as an NPC, but then only on my like local server end can I see like my dripped out skin? Like, isn't that funny though? I totally get it. I'm the same. I kind of feel like this is an experience. It's something I've only been experiencing more and more because I used to dress like a potato to go outside. So I genuinely could feel more invisible, because when I was younger, I had a strong passion, you know, for fashion. but never on myself. Like I just really, really liked it in terms like on other people or in photos or drawings. Or I just like looking at like literally the fashion pieces like on the rack or like a mannequin. But then I wouldn't even think about wearing them. I really like dressing cute, but I'm too shy to do it to the full extent. No, I get it. I feel like life is too short though. Like we shouldn't we shouldn't hold back, right? I'm still in that phase. Yeah, actually the funniest thing is you guys know how much I like skirts, right? This just became fashion chatting, and you know what? Nothing against that, because I always talk about fashion. I love it. Love talking about it. And today we're doing art, so it all relates. But you guys know how I love skirts. I don't have a single outfit in my Mintmai closet that isn't a skirt. I never wore skirts growing up. Never, ever, ever, ever wore skirts growing up. And I don't think it was like a specific complex or anything. I just like really hated having my legs out when I was younger. I didn't want, well, I guess a more practical sense is when I was still in school. I hated sitting in the school chairs and like my thigh would stick to the plastic chair. I absolutely despise that feeling. Like the bottom of my thigh would just like stick to the plastic, and then you stand up and it's kind of like like it doesn't feel great. I did only, I think I wore skirts or shorts once in a blue moon, but only if I had leggings under as well. I always wore bike shorts under because of that. Evolution of tastes also, and also change of environments. Yeah, it's so interesting to me because yesterday while I was touching grass, I actually did just like, I was window shopping for like fashion and I was trying things on, and it kind of hit me that like, it doesn't even, I feel like this isn't this isn't a really big revelation or anything, but I had a moment like in the fitting room when I was just trying things on for fun. I was like, wow, I can literally just, technically, right? No one is stopping me from dressing like literally however I want. And that's how it is for people with jobs where they have to go into the office too, right? Where it's like, yes, you might have like work appropriate attire, but outside of work hours, you can be and dress however you want. But there's sometimes this pressure of like, yes, if you have a more elaborate personal style, especially like if you're a bit more maximalist, or if you like wear like very, if you like fashion that is just more like eye-catching naturally, then yes, if you wear that outside, you're going to feel perceived, even if that's not what you're going for. Like people will notice that you're dressed very flashy if that's your style. So it's kind of tough if you're a shy person like me to be like, oh, I want to look so like, I want to wear like something with a ton of frills. But then, you know, it kind of comes with the, oh, if I wear something very cute and frilly, everyone else will see me wearing something very cute and frilly. I'm trying very hard to just not care about it anymore though, because life's too short for that. Ooh, I feel like I'm getting my own life and fashion layer out in front of me and analyze. This is so real. Oh, I'm glad so many people can relate. I like to stand out with how I dress, so being perceived never really bothered me. I'm just remembering your outfit with the pastel pink pants. It looked really good though, because it matches. Like, I really like when people, they wear things that like, they might be bright and colorful, but like the top matches the bottom. Like you were wearing like a bread varsity jacket and it has pink accents on it, and then you were wearing these like brighter pink pants, and I was like, that's awesome. My coworker told me I reminded them of an Anna Sui runway. Wait, isn't that such a compliment? Wow. I think Anna Sui is a fashion designer who has a very specific sort of, I think, visual style. That's really cool. I'm often told that I look either kind of preppy or business casual, which is interesting. Oh wait, actually, while we're talking about fashion right now, let me do my warm-up doodles. I don't always do warm-up drawings in art streams, but yeah, I was so flattered. That's nice. I spend a lot of effort thrifting. Oh my goodness, I see the vision, honestly. I also really like thrifting. You know, finding nice or like clothes that fit your style and giving them a new home is really nice, especially because like honestly this is something that is discussed a lot if you're into fashion, but like the fashion industry creates a lot of waste, right? So a big thing for me is I don't allow myself to shop like fast fashion much if I can help it, you know? And it's more like I don't really buy a lot of new clothes at all. If anything, my closet, I want it to be like I don't have a lot of clothes, but I can mix and match everything. That's sort of my philosophy with it. $9 pair of pink pants. What a steal. It's reminding me of that time I got a dress on crazy sale in New York. Because I think there was like a very slight defect on it, or it was like a little bit damaged somewhere. And it was like a $9 dress. And I was like, oh, thank you for my life. I was so happy. I was so I was overjoyed, to say the least, because I still have that drawing of that dress. I think I would have to find it. I think I posted it on Twitter. I feel like... Oh yeah, I found it. It's this drawing. Da-da-dun-dun. All right, I'm also getting my screen set up as we speak. Double checking. I don't really buy clothes unless it's used or in clearance. Yeah, that's kind of how my mom always was too. She basically believes in like, because honestly, not everything, you know, if you think about it, fashion, right? It's kind of a business. It's a business. It's an industry, and a lot of times things at their full price, it's kind of, it's like it's marked up if it's like new. You know what I mean? Prices tend to be marked up if it's like new. And then it's kind of the same idea as like used cars and new cars have like such a different price. Beautiful, such a cute dress. I'll pull up the drawing here too. Let's go over here. I feel like this is easy and straightforward to seeing stuff. This is my dress I got in New York for like $9. I really love it. I tried to draw it as well as I could. I like thrifting, but I'm in a small town, so we have like one thrift store. Ah, that's true. Interestingly enough, I have some cousins that live in a super small town, but for whatever reason, their small town has like tons of thrift stores. It's genuinely like a very small town with such a small population. That whenever I would visit them as a kid, their neighbors knew who I was without like recognizing me, just because they could assume that like we were related. It was such a small town. But yeah, guys, I drew this on the airplane, and like I need to get this energy back. Whatever powers that be that let me draw like this one day, I need to tap back into this today, okay? Do any other artists feel me sometimes? Because I don't remember what pen I used here. Let me check. But whatever powers that be that allowed me to draw like this that day, I'm trying to resummon it. I don't remember. I think it might have been this pen for line art. But I did like you can see I do like a soft effect at the end. I don't do this on all of my drawings, but I've been trying it out. This is like crispy, and then this is like with the soft blur effect. It makes it look really dreamy. I always forget what brushes I use and I kick myself for it later. I wish that these like drawing applications, I wish that they would update to show us like what we used on what project file. Would that not be revolutionary? Also, hopefully today everything is good and well and normal. But my iPad did update. My iOS updated on its own, and I was like, oh, good morning. Now everything is liquid glass, or whatever they call it. I don't know how I feel about the liquid glass. Sorry, I'm arranging my table here. I don't know how I feel about it. I kind of miss minimalistic logos, you know? No, liquid glass update, I hate it. Phew, I'm not the only one. I think that time is a flat circle, because you know how logos used to all be like 3D and shiny? And then suddenly everyone was like minimalism, and then they went a little too far on the edge of minimalism, and now we're back to like, ooh, let's make everything shiny again. But you know how people always are like, oh man, the UI looked great before, why did they change it? The easy answer to that is they have to keep changing it so that designers stay employed. So I can't really, you know, I can't really blame them, because it's like the design team wants to constantly keep, I guess, revolutionizing how things look so that they can continue to have work. So that's why, you know, as an artist myself, I'm still conflicted about it, because I'm like, I might miss how things used to look, but I also know it's gonna change in like another year. So it's okay to just go through these phases, I suppose. But I don't love the liquid glass look. I wish that they, instead of changing it by like force, I wish that they had like a toggle, like you could choose if you wanted the glass or not. Let's see. Warm-ups. Oops, my pen is so thin. Let's just do some like warm-up doodles. Thank you guys for yapping with me so much about fashion. It makes me so happy. Warm-up doodles. Because I already have the concept for what I want to draw today. I had the sketch that I drew separately. Let's do like a little OOTD. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've drawn. Mintmai's drawing, so now Floor has to draw. I have zine check-in due today. You have the zine check-in due today! Ganbare! Good luck, good luck. I hope everything, you know, is going swimmingly with zine prep. Oh my gosh, people that participate in zines are so powerful. You know, I've never done one before. Actually, that might be a lie. I might have done one and then forgotten. I'm pretty sure I might have done ones that were like not public projects before. Like it was there used to be a few things where me and classmates would like draw for when it was someone's birthday. There's kind of like friend zines. Torture, wait, line art torture labyrinth, but the zine is gonna be super cool, I can already tell. Wait, that's so fun. Yippee. Oh my gosh, everyone's got to pick up the pen now. I've started doodling. I wanted to draw like something that I wore recently. I don't know why I'm not feeling this pen right now, but it looks really cute. That looks cute. I can never decide what facial expression I want in a given drawing. Let's draw something. Okay, maybe I didn't wear this recently, but let's just draw like an outfit. A casual outfit that I do like to wear. I'm decorating a top loader? Ah! Wait! It's been so long since I've done that. I need to. I really miss it. I want to do top loader deco again. Actually, that's something I would love to do sometime. I've done a couple, I think. No, it's been too long. It's because my stickers are so not organized. I would like to do a day where we just sit together and I organize my stickers. I really need to organize them. It's this like cyclic... I don't know why that's my favorite word today. That's the second time I've used that word, even though I never use that word. It's a cycle because I have so many stickers, but they are not sorted. And so because they're kind of all in this big stack in like a box, I end up not doing as much top loader deco because I'm like, oh, it'll take forever to like find all the stickers. And then I wind up not organizing the stickers because I'm actually out of top loaders. I'm out of the plastic top loaders. I ran out of them because I finished using all of them as like gifts for friends. And so it's just this cycle of like, oh, like if I'm not ready to do it yet because I, haven't really thought of a specific idea yet. And then I don't buy the plastic top loaders because I'm like, well, if I don't have the idea for it, I shouldn't buy it. And then I get the random idea for it and then I'm like, but then my stickers aren't organized. And then I'm just stuck like that. Did people sketch poses? Are we supposed to... Are we collectively as artists supposed to sketch out what pose we want to draw before we draw it? Because I don't think I do that. I've been using Jam Studio sticker albums. Oh, I have sticker albums. And I used to use them more than I use them now. I think the problem I started to have with my sticker albums is sometimes the stickers like don't adhere super well because they're meant to be removable, right? This peace hand is looking a little bit awkward. That's what you get when you don't do a sketch, Mintmai. I don't know why I love drawing characters facing this way. It's just the head is so much easier to draw. Oh, these are pockets. Wait. This is revolutionary. Also, everyone that has to draw line art today, I'm saluting to you because I also really struggle with line art. I don't know why. Oh wait, I see. Jam Studio sticker albums. Oh, the sticker books. I see. They're just like pockets. Oh. I think the problem is I might have too many sticker sheets to fit. If you're within... I'm just saying this because I had a good experience shopping there. Hashtag not sponsored. But I think if you're within the States... Yeah, if you're within the US, there is this website, and I went to their in-person store before. There's this website called Mochi Things, and I really liked their planner inserts. I don't actually use a planner from them because I have a Hobonichi that I draw in, but I do have this clear binder from them, like an A5 binder, and they sell a ton of the refills for the 6-ring binders. Yeah, it's just called like Mochi Things. They're good. Yeah, they ship, I don't know. When I asked the store associate way back when, I know they ship within the US. Yes, they're based on the East Coast though. And that's how I found out about their stuff when I was traveling. But I like that they sell so many like stickers and like just the inserts. Their stationery is so cute, OMG. Am I being a bad influence? Or maybe a good influence. But yeah, I have some of their inserts. My favorite insert of theirs is I don't know if it's online. Let me look it up. I think it's... They have this insert that I got there in their in-person store, where it's like this self-adhesive... Yeah, self-adhesive photo album refill. So it's like these pages and they're like somewhat thicker. I'll just show you. Or actually, wait. What do I mean I'll just show you? I can literally draw out as I'm explaining it. So it's like it's like for 6-ring binders, right? It's like, it looks kind of like this. And it's self-adhering. So it's, when you peel up this thin piece of plastic, it's like this part is this part. Does that make sense? So if you peel up the self-adhering plastic, like this is sticky. It's just a little bit tacky. It's like not sticky enough like tape or anything, but it has like super thin, almost like a double-sided tape feeling. And so you can put like photos in there. And you can also, the thing I like the most about it is I used to always peel sticker backings off to like collect my stickers and sticker albums. But in here you can like put, let's say you've got like a Flower Friend sticker. That doesn't really look like a Flower Friend because I got lazy and I simplified the cheeks. Here we go. Let's say you got like a Flower Friend sticker. You can put the whole sticker in there like with the backing on still. I have not gotten to really use mine yet because I think we'll do it together. So many things I want to do together. Both in terms of games and like fun crafty things. But it is because I have a bunch of things like really cute bread themed stuff that I want to scrapbook, and like gifts from friends and things, and I feel like it'd be a good idea to... I know some people mentioned they were interested in like journaling together. I think that's kind of a harder activity to do together because then I would have to literally think of what to write on the spot. And normally my journaling is very boring. It's just kind of like, this is what I did today, small doodle. More of like a personal like memory and notes. So I feel like scrapbooking could be a lot more fun together. I feel like the other day I just wore like this t-shirt and a skirt, but it looked really cute. So I'm trying to doodle that. And it's like got Miffy on it. As you can tell, I'm not warmed up at all. I feel like I've been mostly working on art sporadically whenever I can. But I haven't really drawn something new in a hot minute. Or just like personal drawing. That's why I feel like art stream time is so nice, because then we can just draw something together. Something personal. The proportions are off, but I think it's okay. That looks good. Sometimes I don't even want to finish drawing the whole body, especially when sketching stuff. Man, I love Miffy. Miffy is so flower friend core. I mean, I guess I always really liked bunny characters. So it's not that surprising, but I feel like I want to be carrying a cute tote bag or something. I don't draw myself with my hair down very much, even though I have pretty long hair. It grows really fast, and I always cut it, but then it always winds up growing back to its favorite length, I guess, which is just like very long. Cute. Yippee. This is like an outfit that I like. This is more summery, so I haven't worn it very recently. But yeah, just like a little. And I have this tote bag that's got like ruffles on the side. It's very cute. It's a character tote bag. It has Kagimyan on it. Oh, I guess at this point I already put Miffy on there. I might as well put my Kagimyan bag charm on here too. I just love cute things. Kagimyan looks like this to me. I love her. She always has like such a big head compared to her body. You draw fast, jealous. Ooh, do you want to know a secret? Maybe not a secret, just a thought, mayhaps. My 2 cents. I draw fast because I'm an animator. If you want to learn to draw fast, this is like terrible advice, by the way. Don't actually take this advice. But everyone I know that draws really fast has at some point done animation. And so they're just like, we don't have the time for this. As soon as you do any sort of 2D frame by frame animation, suddenly it feels like you don't have to have the cleanest drawings for one still drawing. Suddenly it feels like, I don't need to sweat over too many details because it needs to be done, and it needs to be done now. Nothing feels like worse in the world than crunching an animation deadline, because that cannot happen fast. I feel like with anything art, actually, like even an illustration, like you cannot really crunch that at all, like physically. It's not like when I was in school and had to like crunch out an essay. Like you can just start like blabbering everything that's in your brain and like typing with like flying fingers. You cannot do that with drawing. Or else the quality will suffer so obviously. I guess to writers, you know, something that's written rushed will something that is like organically written rushed is going to be obvious to maybe a writer if they've read some of your non-rushed works. But for someone like me, I could crunch homework, I could crunch studying for tests. I could never ever crunch art. It's not possible. Guess with that job description, you gotta be pretty animated. I really admire animators. I don't actually really consider myself one as much as, I don't know. I would like to consider myself one, but I think I have to animate a little bit more, like frequently, and not just once every few years to consider myself an animator. However, I do think that I still think like one, to an extent. Just like, I think I still really relate to that community in like how we see animated media. And I think every single time I like watch these like fun behind the scenes videos for like animation production, I'm always like, my jaw is like on the floor because I'm like, damn, everyone has so much patience and skill. The other thing is, I think the funniest thing to me is, to this day, whenever I see people like using the niche, I guess it's not that niche, but whenever I see people using the same animation programs that I had to learn, I'm always like, Spider-Man pointing meme. I literally get so excited for no reason because it's like, yeah, it's literally one of the staple art programs, you know? But whenever I see people using my preferred software, I get very excited because I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. And also some animation software is a pain to use, but it's okay. I think whenever I talk about it, it's like I'm passionate about the subject of animation and I really love watching it. I just think I struggle to love doing it because of how tasking it is. And I've totally crunched deadlines in the past. More than once have I given myself like, I want to say carpal tunnel, but I would say a few times I've gotten pretty close to, or I've gotten to a point where my wrist would feel really numb and then I'd be like, ooh, I hope I didn't give myself carpal tunnel. And then I was like, yeah, we gotta chill on this. I'm gonna stick to the drawing part and not the animating part for now. OMG, I feel this. Yeah, more than once have I had times where I think I was crunching a little bit too hard, whether it be because of my own, you know, procrastination or like bad management skills at the time. I think procrastination is just like the worst thing for me. I think it's gotten better, but I think it's really bad for something like art, where it's like, this is something that you're like genuinely passionate about. If you procrastinate, especially on your own like personal projects, right? Because when it's something for someone else, then at least for me, when it's something for someone else, I can lock in a little harder. Like I can lock in because I know it's for something else and that there's, you know, with everything, there's like a timeline to be expected. But when it's for my own projects, sometimes I get so like, I want it to be perfect. I want it to take, like, I want it to look like the skills that I'll have in like 10 years. I want this drawing to look like me from 20 years ago. came back through a portal, gave me a kiss on the forehead, and went, "Don't worry, past me. I got this one." Like, that's the problem. Something in me, it's like my brain can imagine everything looking so much nicer than my hands can make it right now. And that always bothers me. I think that's just a thing you learn to live with, though. And I'm better with it now for the sake of getting things done. Real, I need a deadline set by another person. Do you want me to set a deadline for you? Because I know it'll be so helpful. Actually, now that we're talking about this together, tomorrow I plan to lock in. Also known as, I want to do a Pomodoro stream in like the morning. I've never done an actual Pomodoro stream where I'm not talking to chat for like half an hour and then talking for like 5 minutes. I've never done something like that. But I was genuinely interested in doing it because I have to lock in. But I also think it could be cool to just like have a co-working stream. I don't know. A rare Mintmai Monday and morning. I was just thinking about it because tomorrow I am busy, but I could do morning locking in because I want to, and I should. It's a mix of things. I want to, and it would probably be good for me. I'll definitely listen in while working. It'll quite literally be like, I mean, at least the Pomodoro streams I've witnessed before, it's like you actually lock in. Maybe I'll pull up Gog in the background. I haven't used Gog for any of the actual Pomodoro tools. I can't with myself sometimes. Not once have I used Gog for the actual study function. Why is that? Oops, accidentally filled in the whole thing. Or I guess it's called Go, like Van Gogh. But I'm gonna still call it Gog. It's Gog to me. I didn't plan on coloring this, but now that I've started, there's no turning back. I think I wear too many light colors. I have to vary up my closet a little more. I'm just making the shirt yellow temporarily. I think it's gonna be more of a cream color because it is based off of something that I wore. But maybe the skirt can be yellow. You always adjust your room or avatar in it, perhaps? Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'm playing Go like it's a dress-up game and an avatar customizer and not like it's a study tool. Is that where the problem's happening? Pomodoros are surprisingly super effective in productivity. Yeah, you know, the thing is, I've tried Pomodoro-ing on my own. The problem is I always get distracted at some point in time and I stop keeping the timer up. That's the problem. For whatever reason, I always wind up getting like a little distracted. And then I wind up like either just forgetting that I was trying to do Pomodoro, and then I'll just pick up like works and breaks like just naturally with the flow, which nothing's wrong with that either. But it's just not as effective for productivity. So I thought, hey, maybe we can try like an actual Pomodoro. Because then I would have the timer on stream and we're all holding each other kind of like accountable, right? We're all in this together. We're all locking in together. So if I'm here, like actually what I notice is if I'm watching a different, like a streamer do a Pomodoro, I realize it keeps me from getting distracted because then I'm dissuaded from like checking a different video or like opening another stream. This is so cute. Thank you. You were talking about fashion earlier. Thank you, Jolie. But yeah, we were chatting about fashion and I was talking about how I really like wearing skirts, but when I was smaller Mintmai, I really did not like wearing skirts. I liked how they looked, but I couldn't bring myself to wear it. Because I was shy. I didn't want to have my legs out. But now I'm over that because it doesn't really matter. So I'm like, yay! Skirt city. Skirt central. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but yippee. Okay, here's a little warm-up drawing. I can only draw this fast because it is my own design. That's another thing. If I draw someone else's character, it takes a lot longer. This is something I think a lot of people can relate to as well. So it's not just that I animate that makes me fast. It's a mix of things. But seriously, I think drawing a design that you've drawn like so many hours in your life, and if it's just a self-portrait, it's like the easiest mode you can have as an artist. That's why I use this as a warm-up. I like Pomodoros because I line up well with my violin practice schedule. You play violin? Mintmai lore that even maybe my parents don't even know. I played violin as the first instrument I learned. And I'm joking and I'm saying that my parents don't even know, but like obviously they knew that I played violin before I played flute. Before I swapped to flute, I suppose. But what they don't know is that I was playing violin as like part of like a kind of a school program thing, and I was playing like this used violin, and I didn't have a private teacher for it or anything. And actually something that I didn't know was like in that school program, they don't teach you how to play the instrument because it's an orchestra program. So everyone is actually expected and supposed to have a private teacher, but neither me or my parents really knew that because they didn't teach us to play violin. They didn't teach us. It was like an orchestra. So like all that happened is they provided sheet music and were like, practice at home. And I was like, I don't know how to play the violin. And so I went like a whole semester, like many months, a whole semester, I pretended to play violin. I had this hand-me-down violin from my older cousin, and I had the bow and the resin. And in the after-school orchestra class, I sat there and I faked it. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like 10. Like, so I held the bow I held the bow so that it would like barely touch the strings so that I wouldn't mess up everyone else and that they wouldn't hear like the random screeching. But literally all I did was like pull my bow so that it was like the same direction as everyone else's. Were you like 5th seat? You want to know the best part? So in orchestras, right, there's like the precede where like technically there's first chair, second chair, etc. If you know anything about like orchestras or bands or things like that, like you're kind of seated based off of a hierarchy of like how well you play. This was a very casual elementary school after school orchestra. There was nothing of the sort. So you just sat like wherever, depending on, I guess, when you got there. And so I wound up frequently sitting in the chair at the very edge. And that's the first chair. That's the chair that's supposed to be for like the person that can actually play violin. But we were all in elementary school. We were like in 3rd, 4th grade or something. It was like it was supposed to be one of those programs that's like for young students that obviously have taken private lessons of the instrument. But I think that me and, you know, my parents who signed me up for it were under the impression that they actually teach you to play the musical instruments, but they don't at all. It's literally just sheet music, and you all just sit and you play the sheet music. So I was role playing being a violinist. I was LARPing as a violinist. Live action RP, because I had not the slightest idea where to put my fingers to actually do anything at all. And I think, you know, sooner or later, my family very quickly, like, I remember my mom being like, do you ever play violin at home? And I was like, no, I don't know how to play. And she was like, okay, let's pick another instrument. And I wound up and you know, lessons learned. I actually got like a private a teacher to teach me how to play flute, and I got a flute. And I think that hand-me-down violin, like, I don't know if we returned it to my cousin or something else. But yeah, I was genuinely live action RPing, being a violinist for half a year of my very young life at the time. And I remembered the day we were supposed to have like the concert for like the parents and everything. I was sitting in the darn first chair seat again, because you just sit wherever. They don't assign it. So I was sitting in the first chair violin seat, and the whole concert, I'm sitting there randomly moving my fingers like on the violin neck, and then the bow, all I have to do is make sure it kind of looks like it's in the same angle as everyone else. But if anyone was looking at me really closely, they would have noticed that not once was like the bow really touching the violin. Some programs do teach you how to play in orchestra class, but I guess some don't. I pretty specifically remember that the class was just like, you came in and everyone sat, and then you would like go through pretty basic sheet music together, because everyone was in elementary school. The orchestra teacher never noticed there was like more than 50 people there. There was like there were cellists, and like it was like orchestra, so there's so many people. It was just this big classroom, and they did not do any like individual review. What they would do was like, okay, like let's hear like just the violin section play, but there's like 8 violinists and I'm just RPing. So isn't that crazy? I think it's a little crazy that I wiped that part from my, like, I forgot that. I willingly forgot that part of my musical experience, and I just recalled it with you guys. Just RPing. I mean, what else should I call it is the problem. Because I was basically doing everything but playing violin. I was acting. That's how I should put this. I was doing the most to get, I want to say that that's harder. Glad to reawaken the memory. Yeah, I just suddenly remembered because he said he played violin, and I was like, oh my gosh, I role played playing violin. I never played violin. I role played playing violin. But you know that it's definitely harder. I'm surprised that you went through it all. It's kind of hard to explain the circumstances exactly. But let's just say, like, when I was at that age, I didn't have, like, I couldn't go home immediately after school, because I was too young to really be left home alone. And then I think my sister probably had some other like after school programs, and I needed to do something while my parents were like both at work, obviously. But I think that faking playing violin is harder than just playing it, because you know, I was just really nervous the whole time that I would mess everyone else up if I accidentally like touched my bow on the strings. I'm not gonna lie, the gall of me to just do that and not even like bring it up to anyone. I like didn't bring it up to anyone at all. I was just like, oh yeah, like I guess I should just like, I don't know how to play violin, so I guess I should just like pretend for half a year. You have the time to match everyone. I think it's not too difficult when all the violinists are sitting there and you can like clearly see like, you know, there's a very clear like move the bow up, move the bow down kind of routine and like a slight angle to it. So I was doing it like a song and dance. I was yeah, kind of crazy. Little bit wild of me at the time to just like, because I could have probably talked to my mom and been like, it seems like everyone else here knows how to play their instruments and I do not, because I think this program does not teach us to play the instrument. But no, I was like, oh, I guess I'm here now, so it woke up your inner RP skills. That's crazy. Because I'm like, well, technically I haven't RP'd in my life really prior to VCraft, but then I was like, wait, violin. Maybe I did. Okay. That's our little warm-up sketch. That actually looks really cute. Let me... Oh gosh, I'm not used to liquid glass. I was making my screen brighter for myself. I think this is like warm-up doodle singular. Because I want to get to the piece. I'll post this one too though. I'll post this one separately because I might not finish the Valentine's Day artwork today, if that makes sense. Because we're working on this today. And I don't know, it's line art time. It is line art time and I don't want to do line art, guys. Wow. I'll push through it though. Or we can also just make this a painting instead. It's been a while since I've been doing like my painted style where I just make it messier but have fun with it. Yeah, so my concept for this one is like Mintmai, Valentine. So I want to dress up for Valentine's Day. And if I can do it through art like this, then that counts. But I kind of took my hairstyle from my idol outfit, but I was like, what do I like, you know? Waffles and cookies. So this is supposed to be a waffle. I know you can't really tell right now, but that's supposed to be a waffle and like a sugar cookie hair clip instead of my typical bread ones. And then the outfit is actually inspired by, like, especially the bows on the apron. That's inspired by very old version of my outfit when I was considering being pink. I'm glad that I decided to go with orange. But my dress, when I was still deciding how I wanted my bakery uniform to look, there's a lot of I guess back and forth decision making within myself. I'm glad I went with orange because I love orange so much now. But I was gonna be pink at one point in time because I like pink. But I think now I like pink more as an accent color than making like everything pink. Sakura edition Mintmai. Oh no, it's cute. Thank you. I love her. Currently doing it right now. You got this. Line artists. I could do line art first, but sometimes if I really like my sketch, I just want to color block it. This sketch is really messy though. This sketch is really... I mean, I guess it's how a sketch is supposed to look. I'm trying to get into the practice of doing more sketches still. Oh, the pink is gonna look really cute. I can already feel it. I want it to be pink and then like orange at the bottom. kind of like this sort of. Feels like a sugar cookie. Is it easier to start coloring with the gray background? Yeah, I believe so. For me it is, because if you look at it compared to like a white background, I think it depends on the character, but I think some kind of gray background's more neutral. So especially like I happen to have a pretty pale complexion, and so it makes it easier for me to see where I'm coloring, especially with pastel colors. But I think that overall, regardless of the colors you're using in a drawing, if you use gray as a background instead, it's just so much easier to tell what you're doing on both the darker and lighter end of the color palette, and less eye strain. Exactly. Because think about it, you're looking at like a white screen so much, but if you have the screen set to bright white, it's like blasting your eyeballs so much more. So I like to set it to some kind of, for me, because I draw pretty pastel, I like to set it to a bit of a lighter gray so that the color palette feels softer overall. I know some people, like if you're making a drawing that's gonna have very dark colors, if you start with a really dark gray, then you'll kind of subconsciously want to make all of the colors darker too. It just depends on the vibe. I know people that do like really more detailed like painted illustrations, so sometimes they draw the whole thing in black and white first. Like I feel like my style is very character based, not too much lighting, just like cute stuff. But I know people that draw backgrounds and have a very good and strong sense of like lighting. And for artists like that, I think it's beneficial for them a lot of the time to draw in entirely black and white first, like purely grayscale, and then decide the lighting within grayscale. Depends on the artist's preference, because I know someone who likes painting on a white background. Yeah, I think it's, in the end, it is up to the artist's preference. That's just kind of that's the best part about art. But I do think it's less eye straining to go with gray. I also know techniques where it's like, if you want the overall tone of your final drawing to be like blue, if you make your background more blue, then you can start, I guess it kind of encourages you to move your color palette in that direction. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you for dropping by. I'm always happy to answer art questions, especially when I'm doing like an art stream. No better time to chat art, really. Yeah, kind of like an underpaint in a way. Yeah, like if you want the final piece to have a specific color impression, then why not start with that as the base that you can build off of anyways? Whoa, I've just had the fastest object sketching I've done in years. Thanks for productivity, Motivation Mint. Oh my gosh, Motivation Mint? Is that like a new title for me? I'm very happy if I can motivate anyone at all. Yippee! Let's draw together. I wanted to have like a very cute lacy choker here too. Here we go. Okay. I feel like my donut braids have always been the most, I guess, me hairstyle. But ever since my idol debut, I feel like this hairstyle is very quickly I don't know, I really identify with it. I think it's so cute and I love it so much. And so I started feeling like this is really my secondary main hairstyle. I guess it feels like that. Bum, ba, bum, bum. Like so. This is cute so far. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. It's a very messy sketch right now, but I think once I have the colors in, I have a very good idea. Very good idea of the direction I'm going here. Thank you, thank you. I wanted to start on Valentine's Day art early because you guys may or may not have noticed. And I feel so bad about it too. But I haven't been able to like even finish my Halloween artwork. And I realized the reasoning is I'm like, it's because I'm locking in to try and finish a lot of other art things that I'm not able to complete personal illustrations in a timely manner unless I literally make it a stream. At least these days. But I like surprising you guys with art that you don't see me like drawing. But at the same time, when you draw for work, for example, sometimes afterwards you just want to like rest your eyes and your hands and you don't want to draw more. This is so cute. I'm kicking my feet. Oh, the pastel pink. Yeah, I like pink. This is another thing. I feel like I want to be open to wearing other colors still. Because I love a bunch of different colors, not only orange. Like, I really like pistachio greens. And I like pink and... Oops. Hello. I didn't make a clipping mask yet. Hold on. Let's see. No, not that color. I'm green fan forever. Yes, green is so pretty. Like, I like sage green. I like nice, different pistachio greens. I like... I'm trying to decide what color brown I can use right now. I think deep greens are also really pretty. I don't know. You sure do love green. I do. Hi, man. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Momo. Wow. I'm so touched. Hello. I always feel... I'm very grateful when people want to say hi to me. Even if it's been like a long time or like a month or months or weeks or days since you've last seen me. Hello. I hope you're doing very well. What is that color? Pastel pinks and pistachio go so well together, right? And orange. I dare say that like these two colors and then plus pistachio green, very, very cute. Although this is for like Valentine's Day, so I'm trying to keep it to like a chocolatey strawberry color palette. I almost think that the pink is like too warm toned right now. I think I want to deal with the background elements and color later though. I just want to block in something for now. So this here, I was gonna make it a waffle. What color is a waffle? Drawing tasty food is hard. I admire artists that can draw really tasty looking food. Start with like this kind of color and then I think it gets like toasty. And then sugar cookie. I think the cookie is probably a nice beige color. Matcha green is really pretty, really pretty. Yeah, you know what it is? It's like the earthy green colors. I used to not like green that much, But it's because the greens I was looking at, they're like too saturated. Like I like muscat green, like the grapes, that sort of soft green color, or something that's more of an earthy green color. It's so nice on the eyes. Earthy greens are the best. Yeah, and I mean, I do love like fantasy or like very naturey themed artworks. I tend to shy away from them myself only because I'm a little bit background nerfed. Background art nerfed. Or rather, when given the choice, I choose not to spend the time for the background. I end up just spending the time on the character. Let's see. I want to save a copy of this sketch on its own. I like duplicating the sketch so I have like one untouched layer of it. And then now let's just get in this color. The blush looked really cute. I wanted to do like very full blush, very flustered expression for Valentine's Day. My favorite color combo is earthy green and reddish orange. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, same. So many pretty colors. Obviously I'm biased, but like pastel orange, kind of an awesome color. Kind of an awesome color, guys. Just saying. I think we might be onto something with the pastel orange. I think, you know how there's always trends? There's always like trending like cute colors, and I think right now the trending cute colors are like Smisky green. You know Smiskies, the little character? I think they're cute, but I don't particularly love Smiskies. Like I wouldn't collect them or anything. I have friends that like Smiskies a lot though. But I think that's currently like one of the popular colors. I think that pastel orange, she'll have her time. She will have her moment. I already feel like primary colors too. Stuff with primary colors has been pretty popular lately. But yeah, trust me. Trust me. They made an orange iPhone, so I have hope that the color popularity is increasing. Some people really don't like the orange phone though. I think it's adorable, but again, a little bit biased. Oops. Blush on the chest and the hands. Thinking, cooking. But yeah, pastel colors are amazing. I feel like it's incredible that you can have colors that are so soft on the eyes, but then you can also have like, you know, really bright colors that people use with more like pop art styles. I've seen some extremely neon colors used in artwork, and it can be used so in like such a nice way. I don't know. I'm not a neon color user. Why did that make me sound like I came out of like Demon Slayer? I'm not a neon color user, but I'm not a waterbender, but yeah, I'm not a neon color practitioner. However, neon style. Yeah, I think I had a phase where I was using neon pink a little bit, just like playing with that. A very, very short-lived phase. I don't think it took me long for me to realize that I did not like using neon pink. I think it's because there was this era, and I wonder if anyone else also lived through this era, but there was definitely an era, very clear era to me, where neon pink was being used a lot for like line art. Hold on, I'll add back in the eye highlights. I was just reproportioning a little bit. But I definitely remembered that time. These eyes don't really look like my art style. I don't know how to put my finger on it. They look a little bit different. I think I drew them a little bit rounder than I normally do. Hold on. Let's start from scratch. Start from scratch. It's gonna look a little scary, but it's okay. I think sometimes I just have to draw the eyes again from scratch. Especially if I'm not really feeling how they look at the moment. I felt like I had to sneeze, and then it went away. I'll wait for it to come back. I hate that feeling. Like, why would you tell me, body, that I needed to sneeze and then not sneeze? Isn't that just cruel? I took it? How could you? My sneeze! That was my sneeze! I was supposed to sneeze. Now that you've taken it, how long do I have to wait until I get rid of the next sneeze? I needed it. I wish you a satisfying sneeze soon. Thank you. I've been cursed. Sometimes I can't decide if I want bottom eyelashes in artwork. But sometimes it's so tempting. Mostly just because it looks like a little makeup on a character. If you do like a little bit of under eyelashes. It looks like I put on some mascara. Kind of cute. I'll consider it. Something else I can never decide with my art style is whether or not I want to have the side eyelash area. I often can't decide if I prefer having it or not. I think it depends on the piece. There, that feels better. This expression feels better to me in terms of just like how I drew it. And now I'm just using the liquify tool to see if different proportions make it look better to me. I want this drawing to be like so sparkly. I feel like if you're gonna draw something like super sweet and cute looking, I don't know, I feel like Valentine's Day. That's when it happens. The most shoujo drawing that you've ever put out in your life. Dun, 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 dun. Do you guys ever like challenge yourselves to like draw something specific around the holidays? I don't think I force myself to like draw an illustration for every holiday. But if I have an art idea for it, I tend to find myself just like wanting to execute it on my own already. Rarely, but I made a Christmas piece this year. Cute! I feel like it's... You know what it is? It's whenever I'm on Twitter. It's always Twitter. Whenever I'm on Twitter and it's like, there's like a holiday of some kind, my feed is just full of adorable illustrations and I'm like, oh my goodness. One day that's gonna be me. But never is it ever me. Like every year passes and there's always holidays I skip because I was like, eh. In the end though, I think you should just draw, you know, like when you're really feeling like it without forcing yourself. But I do really admire all of the artists on the internet that have the tenacity to draw for holidays and to do things like that, to interact with their community too. I want to have the strength to draw for every holiday and the desire to even. I still have yet to pick up a pen this year because I'm arbitrarily waiting for when I get 2 monitors. Ooh. While you're arbitrarily waiting though, me, an artist, I have advice for you. As you arbitrarily wait, it could be really fun to like get like a really scrappy sketchbook. Especially, I mean, of course, draw for fun. But if you want to actually draw more, you'll be so surprised how fast your skills can improve if you just like pick up a sketchbook that you don't care much about. Get a very ratty sketchbook. A lot of places have these sketchbooks that are like very, very cheap, and sometimes the paper quality isn't anything special whatsoever. And that's the best kind in my opinion. Because you can just throw stuff in there and you won't feel like you have to worry about quote unquote ruining the aesthetic of the sketchbook or anything like that. I think that's the best way just to practice. Because I used to always be like, ooh, fancy new sketchbook when I got like my first ever like Moleskine. I tried a Moleskine sketchbook. I absolutely loved it. And I never got another one since because I was like, I kind of, maybe one day I'll get another Moleskine sketchbook, but for now I'm drawing more digitally. But back when I was using a lot more different like mediums to draw with, I was like, I want a Moleskine sketchbook because everyone talks about like how good this paper is and how thick this paper is. And then I got it and I was sitting there for the longest time trying to figure out what I wanted to draw on the first page because I was so nervous. I was so nervous. I was like, oh, as soon as I touch my pen on the paper, it's over. Because I was like, if the first page looks ugly, if the first page I mess up the drawing or something, I'm gonna feel so like bad every time I open the sketchbook to draw something else. But I think I got over that feeling because I was like, I got this really nice sketchbook. I just have to use it. Something about the facial proportions is very off. There it is. I knew something was super off compared to the sketch, but it's quite literally because the eyes, or like the face, is quite long. That is true. Yeah. Let me see. I put in all of that effort to draw the eyes and I still like this one more. But this one's so much more messy. It's okay, we start over. That's how it is sometimes. I'm I'm gonna work from this sketch again because I like this one. Maybe it's because it's more dynamic too. Sometimes the sketch is the best version, right? Sometimes the sketch just feels so dynamic and fun on its own. You don't even want to like clean it up all the way. Because I do think the sketch gets across like the raw emotion or the feeling you wanted to convey already. I just love drawing really fast and then moving on to the next thing. I love sketching. But I want to be able to buckle down and finish more illustrations. I think that's just like an ongoing, not even a specific to a time or like a year goal. That's just this ongoing thing with myself where I'm like, okay, sometimes I have to let myself be patient and just draw something really slowly. Or else I wind up just having like so many unfinished sketches, which is fine too. But I still want to improve, you know? I want to get more art out, want to improve my drawings. Things like that. Okay, like this. I was just using this version more so for a... like a color pass. I will need to do line art on top of this anyways. I wonder if the orange in my eyes sometimes is like way too bright. But that's just how they look. I got brown eyes that reflect very orange. Oh my gosh, what if I do, instead of my typical little baguette highlight, what if I do like hearts instead? I don't know if I love how that looks yet, but maybe. Like a heart pupil situation. Cute. I actually kind of like this. And then what if I make this like a pink color? Where's pink? Pink. Oh, maybe more of like a... not too bright of a pink. Yeah, what if we make that pink? And then keep my eyes like brown. Just playing around with the idea. Let's see what happens if I like gradient. And this is gonna be like an add layer or something. I like this. I like this. Cook. We're cooking a little. She's baking, Your Honor. I'm baking, I'm baking. I don't think I draw myself with like pink eyes much at all. Yeah, let's make it a little brighter. It's like a focal point. Momo, thank you so much for the membership. Oh my goodness. Thank you for your support. I hope that if you get a chance, take a peek at the membership wallpapers. There'll be a new one uploaded very soon, actually. So I should make sure to do that. Okay. Okay, that looks really cute. that kind of looks really cute. I don't know. Ooh, yandere variant. I don't draw myself with heart eyes much because I feel like they're so frequently associated with like yandere. And I don't think that's my vibe whatsoever. However, who am I to deny the fact that it can be very cute? I love heart eyes. It looks really cute. Oh, it just looks like I have eye bags when I don't put on the clipping mask. Okay. You love the wallpapers, yippee! You can scroll down and I don't retire the old. See, this is like yandere. Do you see the vision? That's actually adorable. It doesn't really feel as much like me, but like I could cosplay this for sure. The eye bags of their own kind of have a charm. Hold on, let me add. This is the fun of the sketching stage. Let's do it like this. That's the yandere variant, and then this is the regular one. See, that's so cute. And then this is like kind of like, whoa. It's fun to play around with like facial expression variants. Hold on, let me try eye bags. The eye bags were kind of... There was something happening there. Whoa. This is like, has spent way too long baking for you on Valentine's Day face. Is waiting for you to taste the baking and try it and send review immediately. Or just like, this is just like tired now. I'm a fan. Whoa, that's kind of crazy. Like the crazed expression, actually really cute. But I think this one is just so me. I can't deny it. I'll try different mouths too. Oops. Put this on this there. I like this mouth I drew originally. But I can also do like... This one's like, yum! The flustered one is the best. So true. This one's very... This expression is very, very like shoujo. Like spills the whole batter. Spills everything in baking class. She's so shoujo protag. Wait. Oh, I have this artwork I just keep forgetting to post. At this point, I should just schedule it. Like, I have this shoujo artwork of me. And I never got to post the finished one. It's like a redraw of one of my favorite classic shoujo mangas covers, Kitchen Princess. Sometimes I just forget to post. I think it's because as a VTuber, I am often posting like a lot of stuff. At least in my opinion, I'm posting a lot of stuff. You know, like stream announcements, waiting rooms. I just want to like yap at you guys, yap with you guys ever so frequently. And then I don't wind up sharing, like, especially my older artwork. Like once the time has passed, I like forget. That's probably just more so a bad habit. I should remember to do that. I pulled up the artwork on my computer so I can remember to like take a look and get that out there. Oh, the flustered one is kind of giving. Got walked in on while baking a Valentine's treat that was supposed to be a surprise for them, and now they're embarrassed. Wait, you're so right. That's so cute. I mean, I know I'm the one drawing it, and I know that it is a drawing of me, but that concept is very, very cute. I may use your idea for the caption. I don't know. I'm really terrible at thinking of what to caption my artwork, because I'm like, I already my idea with captions is I drew the artwork already. Now I don't know what fun little words and emojis to put next to it to best express what it is. That's the struggle. Oh, this makes it like extra bright if I add like a second layer to fill in the heart, but then it looks less clear to me. I think that's almost too bright for me. We're gonna stick with, I think I'll stick with these hearts. The eye highlights are like vastly different sizes. Okay, awesome. We'll go with this for the sketch. So I've, oh, whoops. When I flattened it, it took the yandere layer too. Okay. So I think this is great. This is a good concept, good starting concept. Now I want to line art it though, so I should make it lighter gray for myself. Let's actually, yeah, let's go in with the textured pen. Why not? Why not? I know we'll have to do the eyes later. Gamba line art, thank you. I really need it. The eyes are so adorable. Thank you. I felt that. Me too. I wish I had the aura to just post without caption or just an emoji. You know what? I'm gonna say this right now. I think that you do have the aura to just post with an emoji. I'd like to try that myself sometime. I'm not sure if I have very much in the past, but it is always so auriful when an artist just posts like, look at the picture and I have no further words. The picture says 1,000 words. It's pretty powerful. Although I do think, like, especially in these circles where a lot of us are drawing like fan art as well, or VTubers, it makes sense to have some kind of caption. Especially because like we have that, you know, we have like hashtag culture too, where hashtagging stuff is like super helpful. But I do see people just like post like god tier art and then they have like no caption except for just like the tag. And I always think that's also, I don't know. Captions are cute though. I can't decide. Even with myself. I think the best thing to do though, easier said than done, is just not to... Let's all band together and not overthink it. In the end, it's true, the art speaks for itself, but if you write like a caption, I think it always... the caption more so, I feel like, gives off the vibe of the artist themselves, as opposed to like just describing the artwork. Yep. Yeah, and that's kind of fun. I like it. Although I'm afraid that sometimes with my own art I can be quite boring. I'll be like, I drew this today. No further words needed. I drew this today. Smiles. Or I like captioning them scenarios. I think that mouth looks too distressed. This is good for the time being. I wanted to draw a cute girl, so I did. And then I went to the store and I got a croissant. A croissant. Croissant. This morning I woke up and I felt like drawing a cute girl. So I did. And so I got up from my bed. And I got up from my bed and I walked to my desk and I sat down. And I drawed. I like when the caption recontextualizes the art. Ooh, like how so? I want to hear some kind of an example of it so I can sort of imagine. I've been liking all of the Hugh Morris fan art from the Tomodachi Life Direct, and the caption is always something like, just like Hugh Morris, and like nothing else. I drawed. I drew and I drew and I drawed and I drew. Oh man, I don't draw like heavy blush a lot, so I can't decide if I want it to be like all... You know what my reference should be for this? Wakuri-san. She blushes so cute in Fragrant Flower That Blooms with Dignity. The cutest blushing gal in existence. The art seems neutral, but the caption draws attention to a detail that totally changes the way you view it. Wait, I get it. I have, in fact, had ideas for artwork like that. Not so much for me, but more like OCs. I think it's like artwork looks innocent enough, and then caption is like angst. Like, I like that. Ooh, yeah, maybe these blush lines. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Drawing is like, let's say like drawing is like beautiful, you know, a beautiful couple just like sitting next to each other in front of like a sunset or something, and the caption is like, never again. I made that up out of nowhere, but you see the vision. I totally understand what you mean now. Recontextualizes the art. That is a good way to put it. Yeah. It's like the two beautiful people like smiling together, and then the caption is like bitter memories. I'm so evil. I think about that stuff all the time. I'm like, yes. The drama. It's like the unspoken, like, in another life. Oh, guys, you're not even allowed to speak about this to me. I've seen so many of those. I've seen so many of those. And I know the culprits. I've seen so many of those without any specificity, just like since September 27th of like, or like around then, late September of 2025. I think after that, I've seen a bunch of stuff like that. Oh my gosh, that art trend that's like come back and it's like the poem. Ah! It's the blocked out poem where the lines are blacked out, but it just says come back, period. And then artists are like, yes, how do we make this more painful? Let me just draw my OCs or my OTP or like characters from specific media and have them like overlaid on the black lines. I'm like, okay, sure. Take the screwdriver to my heart and twist it, shall you? Shall you? I'm guilty of that. I know. I know. It's beautiful, by the way. It's beautiful. So evil. Smile. Yeah, Grim, we know. You're so evil. So evil. Evil, 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 evil. Evil, 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 evil. / positive. Tee. I think I see stuff like that sometimes and I'm like, oh, so painful, so angsty. I love it. And then I bookmark it. Oh my gosh, guys, I opened my Twitter bookmarks out of curiosity just to see how recent an example was, and it's just fan art of Hugh Morris. All I've gotten here is this clown from Tomodachi Life that I love. There's like 5 posts that are just the gif of him being like, I feel a bit more like myself pose. I love that man. So wonderful. It took me a little bit too long to realize his name is Hugh Morris because I read the name Hugh as Hugh. I'm sorry. But I do. I read Hugh as Hugh. Ace Attorney name. I still haven't played Ace Attorney. I know it's really good though. I still haven't played it. I think I have to scroll quite a bit to find my comeback bookmarks and angsty art bookmarks, but there is a phase where I got like 10 of them in my feed and they were all really good. I love that GIF so much. I really love the one that people edited that like add the highlight around him as he strikes the pose. Like he just radiates more energy. You know, I don't know too much about Ace Attorney. I have sometimes watched people play it, but then I was like, oh, but like I kind of want to play it someday, so then I avoid spoilers. But all I see is sometimes people are like Ace Attorney names during like the trial or like whodunit or whatnot. The names are like, I don't know, like like Derrick. Like it's like painfully obvious. Or I don't know if there's an actual example because I don't know Ace Attorney, but I think I see a lot of memes where people are like Ace Attorney culprit. I'm innocent, and like their name is literally like a crime spelled out or like pronounced a different way. I don't know how common that actually is. I also have not played Ace Attorney. Yeah, I just see it being sung praises frequently. Culprit, that's good. See, I couldn't think of one off the top of my head just now. That's so much better. Yes, culprit. Every man is innocent until proven guilty, and like a man named Culprit pulls up to the stand. My name is Cole, and my family name is Prit, but I'm innocent. Imagine they like frame someone and that person's name is like Vincent. Vincent. I don't know. I can't think of these off the top of my head. Sometimes it just comes to me naturally, and then other times it's so hard to just think of one funny pun. Like, sure thing, buddy. The waffle hair clip looks so yummy. I feel like I don't have that much experience drawing a lot of like food, but my goal is like I want to be able to draw really cute looking food. Tasty art. Vinocento. Oh my gosh, that's pretty good. Man, lately I feel like I've been trying to stick to my, you know, my goal of like not looking at my phone before bed or anything. Like the hour before bed, no screen time, like not even my iPad, no television, no nothing. But before that 1 hour cutoff starts, like let's say I sleep at 12, right? And it's like no screens after 11 p.m. Before 11 p.m, I have been like binging so much brain rot. It's probably bad. And it's not TikTok brain rot, it's like YouTube brain rot, so it's worse. And by brain rot, it's not that bad, but it is video essays for like the aforementioned reality TV shows, and it's like, this is like not anything I'm truly invested in. But yes, I do want to sit here and I want to hear you talk about how like Love is Blind, like season 10,000 went. And I cannot remember the names of any of the contestants, but yes, tell me all about how everything crashes and burns. Sometimes I just don't feel like I have like the energy to read stuff. But it's just perfect, you know? It's perfect if I want to do something else on the side and like have the background noise. At least you're learning. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm learning. I don't know what I'm learning. It's just so wild. I've never watched these shows like normally. I guess I used to see really crazy Love Island clips and I was like, wow, these people are such interesting characters, you know? Something I'm learning about the human experience. Sigh. Can't say I'm a fan of Love Island in particular, actually. Or I'm not really a fan of any of them, but I'm a fan of the people that talk about them and recap them in like entertaining ways. Human psychology, I like that. Yes, human psychology, let's go with that. Somehow I've made my bangs like so much longer here. I'm trying to get the mouth expression just right here so that it looks like it's kind of more like a flustered, sort of like whoops, I got caught mid-baking smile, and not like actually like scared. I like British Bake Off. Me too. I rarely watch this one, but if I'm ever at like a really dark spot in if I'm ever feeling so drained and my psyche feels so like I can't even pick a show to watch, I do pull up Is It Cake? Again, very, very rarely. It's not like me to watch these, truly. If anything, I would, you know, I've been watching anime, shoujo anime, and some other shows, and I have a lot of fun with it. But you see, the stuff I'm watching lately, it comes out weekly, and so once I'm all caught up with it, I have nothing to watch. Whatever helps. Honestly, the last time I tried watching Is It Cake, I opened it and I watched maybe like 10 minutes of it before I had to like change my background noise. I was like, I can't do this right now. Oh, I guess there's season 2 of this show recently. This one's pretty fun to watch while eating, because watching it when you're not eating will just make you hungry. But there is this kind of like, I guess it's like a survival show called Culinary Class Wars. It was on Netflix, and it's like a Korean cooking show, where a bunch of these like really awesome chefs, both more known and less known ones, like compete against each other. There's season 2 of that recently, so I think I looked at some of it. I've been giving myself a little bit more time lately to actually try sitting down and watching things, because I used to never watch anything, and instead I would like always just like read stuff instead, which is good, but I think there's some stuff that's like, I like having the sound. It's so dramatic for no reason. I love it. Season 2 is like that too. But the funny thing is, it's so serious, and like these chefs, like they pour everything into what they cook, but it kind of inspires me to like take cooking a little bit more seriously too. Instead of sometimes like slapping together like whatever bowl to eat. I do think it kind of because I think especially when I was like busier or like with school and whatnot, sometimes I would like scramble an egg and just like add stuff into it and go like, yep, this will probably be good. Or like a rice with like miscellaneous toppings, and I'm like, yep, this is good. Because I don't think I ever really taught myself to cook. I didn't really take time to do that. I didn't learn from anyone, and I didn't really teach myself how to cook until much later. My dad did teach me how to cook a pasta, or like a nice pasta sauce, which is awesome. But I do think ultimately cooking is kind of a thing you have to really hone yourself with practice. And I'm still not quite where I want to be cooking wise, because I cook really slow because I'm not super experienced. And the other thing is, like, I think I chop things very slow. I recommend Blown Away if you have never watched it. It's so fun. It's a combination for glass blower. Oh, a competition for glass blowers? Wait, glass blowing is really fun. Cookies? I love cookies. Yum, yum, yum. Cooking for people other than yourself is much better. Oh, I can imagine that. Yeah. I think since I've always pretty much always like tried to find like housemates since moving out, I think it's because I hate living alone. I'm a yapper. Not only that, but like I like having someone else in the space, even if I'm not like actively like talking to them or hanging out with them all the time, because, you know, introverts. But I think I've always like post moving out, I've always like sought to have like roommate, housemate, that kind of situation. And it's good once you kind of know, it's good once you have like friends that you can live with. Especially because like if as long as like the living habits aren't super incompatible, it's really fun to live with friends. But I think it does help like alleviate some of the cooking stress though, because there's a lot of times where the meal prep or just like cooking will just happen like taking turns more so. My housemate is better at cooking than me though. I remember like a few years back too, she would make like pico de gallo like herself and have like burrito bowls. And I remember she would just like tell me like, yeah, I have these things prepped in the fridge So if you just like put them together on rice, like you'll have your meal, and I'm like, thank you. Living with friends always sounds so comforting. It is. I think the main thing is just like being okay with like slight lifestyle differences. But I guess that's how it is like when you live with your family too. I guess living with your parents is different because you do sort of abide by their rules under their roof sort of thing. But if you live together with friends, I know a lot of people that have terrible experiences living with their friends, but I've been very lucky. Because I think even though sometimes I feel like maybe a few years ago when I first started, like a few years ago, I think post moving out and then having housemates, I think I was getting really used to like adjusting to living with people that aren't family, right? Like to living with friends. And I think sometimes it's hard to like live with your friends but also be like, hey, like could you pick up after yourself kind of thing. But yeah, at the start I don't think I was the greatest housemate, because I feel like it's not that I don't ever do them, but I would be the kind of person to like leave my dishes in the sink for a little bit and then just like do them all at once at one point in the day. But then sometimes one of my housemates would just like wash them for me, and then I was like, no, wait, I didn't mean to make you do them. It's just I was gonna do them after work. Like it was that kind of feeling. Like I think I learned though, and I learned now that I also like have my own preferences for just kind of like the schedule. And so I think it's just very easy to have agreements like that, just like, oh, you eat from the dish, you wash it yourself kind of thing. I don't know, it just depends on the person. But it's like, especially if, let's say my housemate cooks, then I am obviously like, thank you for cooking, I will do the dishes kind of thing, and vice versa. It all comes down to being respectful about sharing a living space. Yeah, exactly, right? And same thing happens like just like everywhere, I'm sure. I do think it's much easier. I think it's easier for people that like share like a space as housemates rather than roommates, because I did have roommates in the past in 2 separate instances. And I remember there was never any like argument about it or whatnot, but I do think there's like lifestyle things, right? Where like if one person, I tend to be the kind of person who's like unintentionally really affected by if I'm living with someone. I like living with people, but I'm also like super, especially if it's, you know, like a roommate, I'm really affected by their sleep schedule. And so even though I naturally get really sleepy, I would find myself like staying up later, like not even necessarily like talking to my roomie, but if they stayed up really late, like I also wound up like being on my phone and staying up really late, like even if they weren't making noise or anything. But I kind of had that problem of like being very, and that's on me, honestly, in my youth, just super easily influenced by someone else's schedule. And then on the flip side, I used to have a much harder time waking up in the morning. And so I remember my first college roommate, she was like, Mint, what? Like, your alarms in the morning are a bit, you know. And I was like, sorry, oh my gosh. Because I used to have like 5 alarms and I would sleep through like all of them. And I can imagine how annoying that is when you're like sharing the room with someone. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But, you know, we were in college, so we both had to get up to go to class anyways. But yeah, I would snooze, like I would wake up, but I would like not be fully awake. So I would like roll over and I would snooze the alarms. Like I would snooze the first 4 and I would only actually get out of bed at the last one. Exactly. exactly. And so there's a point where my roommate was like I kind of just, I'm like getting ready in the morning and I like the 4 alarms going off periodically are not very fun. Like she wasn't super mad at me because she was just super sweet. Still friends with my first college roommate actually, but yeah, we weren't roommates for all of college though, because it's just like it works out in a way where you have friends that you're more compatible living with, right? But we're still good friends, so you know, grateful for that. But I think you know, growing pains, I think the first time you live on your own, there's a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to learn. I was living off of so much microwavable soup. Like I would have canned soup and then I would microwave it because there was no dorm kitchen. And as like a student, I didn't understand that that's probably something that I would have wanted to look for, like as a freshman. As a first year, there was no kitchen, like no kitchen at all, no pantry. We literally, me and my roommate that first year, like we agreed to bring ourselves a mini fridge and a microwave, and we put it in like the closet section of our dorm room. It was extremely dingy. It was very scrapped together, but we made our own little pantry situation. But there was no stove, no kitchen. And so it's kind of crazy to say this, but like that's why I feel like I'm constantly telling you guys about how I'm like excited about trying new recipes or like cooking more now, because it feels like only now am I getting like, as I don't know, only now am I having the time and I guess the desire to really commit to properly learning cooking. Because I like cooking. It just, when you're starting out, it feels like it takes so much time. And I get really frustrated sometimes because it gets very hot and I'm not moving fast enough. And whenever a recipe says that like the prep time is 20 minutes, like I take 40 minutes. It shouldn't take that long. But I think sometimes I'm just being like thorough or like very slow. If the recipe online says like prep time 20 minutes, cook time 20 minutes, for me it's like prep time is double always, and then cook time is like about the same. That's me too. I cook on a small electric stove that barely fits in my very small counter space. Yeah, there's not that much counter space in my kitchen. Lately though, we got a kitchen island. It's a very small kitchen island because there's not really enough space in the kitchen, but it is extremely nice. I highly recommend a kitchen island. Yeah, especially if you're ever going to like overlap time in the kitchen, because sometimes there's something I want to cook, but like my housemate's making something else in the kitchen already, and I'm like, well, I was interested in like making this. Having a kitchen island is so useful because then you don't have the issue of like 2 people in the kitchen is a crowd, you know? But yeah, I must have been lucky to have a stove every dorm and apartment I went. That is definitely not a universal experience, I think. I'm glad that you got to have that though. I feel like it should be required. It should be required because I remember, I feel like it's wrong to force students of any school, right? Like if they have to live on campus pretty much, or like close, or else you have to have a car to commute. I feel like it should be required to like provide some kind of amenities where they can make food. Because I remember like a lot of us literally only had the student meal plan, and then outside of the students allotted meal plans, because student meal plans get expensive, and like I did not have 3 meals a day student meal plan wise. So I would do like a lot of basic grocery shopping, and I like really kind of lived off a lot of Trader Joe's microwavable meals. Cause it's like, we're already paying tuition. At least in America. Your education, a lot of times, especially if you want to go into like a specialized study or a specific study or any sort of more private institution, It can get really pricey. And I was really lucky. I wouldn't have been able to convince my parents to let me go to the school I went to if I didn't have a scholarship. Because they were like, you know, it's not cheap, and your major is something that's like, you know, it's not the easiest career path to walk. It's not the most straightforward. But yeah, I was able to convince them because I was like, but they offered to cover some of my tuition to school. I was like, please. I remember crying about it so much back then. It's interesting, huh? Interesting how time changes. And also doesn't. It's like I'm so grateful, you know, for my parents for putting up with my artsy whims. I don't think I was a kid that asked for very much. I would hope that. I don't remember properly. Maybe I was a total bratty child and I have no idea now. But I do think, from what I know and from what my mom's told me too, I was like a kind of calmer and quiet child. You had artsy whims, but do you have whimsy art? I'm making it right now. I think this line art is looking cute. I'm glad I went with the textured pen this time. It's a different challenge drawing line art with the textured pen, because when you color it, sometimes it's harder. But I think it looks cute. And I do think I'll continue this next week. I probably won't be able to work on it offline realistically, so I want to work on it together with you guys. It's fun to chat while I do the hard part, for lack of a better term. Looking so adorable. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I wanted to do really cute Valentine's Day art this year. Especially because I feel like I didn't really have like Christmas, Halloween art. Oh, what if I added like Cupid wings? That would be kind of cute. Maybe I'll just have a Cupid flower friend on the side. I love using the texture pen for line art, but when it's time to color, it's a lot of work because I can't just use the bucket. Yeah, you have to do the thing where you like outline the inside. 100%. It's a lot harder. Yeah, thank you, Mint Mom and Mint Dad. Now we get to appreciate this beautiful art. I mean, yeah, I would give a lot of credit to them for my whimsy or my ability to pursue art. Although, interestingly enough, I didn't draw like this at all when I was a student. Assignments don't wait. Your anime girls must wait. Deadline calls. So it was definitely, well, I think I did draw some like really cute stuff in my personal time, but never really did anything with it. Looks cute so far. Thank you. I'm gonna do my best. Gonna keep doing my best with this one. This is another one of those pieces where I'm like, I'm trying really hard to just like be extra patient with the process in hopes that it will help me improve my stamina for an illustration. Because I think that's what I struggle with a little bit, stamina. It's like I have so much motivation in the sketching stage, but if I work on the same piece for a little bit too long, then I start to lose it. But I want to build up my stamina because that's what allows you to draw like slightly more detailed things. I think whether or not I have like the stamina that I'm talking about for art, though, it often depends on various things. including, but not necessarily limited to, like, just like how often I've been able to like draw lately. And I think I gotta draw a little more. Even like very casual sketches and things. I ought to draw a little bit more. This heart apron is like very much not centered on my body here. So let me fix that a bit. Fix the anatomy as we do the line art. It always makes me feel a little bit scared because I'm like, oh, I don't have the sketch under to help me. I like that this outfit doesn't deviate too much from my normal bakery uniform. I think that's the look I wanted to go for. Something roughly, but similar to what I wear now. Looks nice with texture line art. Yeah, I feel like especially if I'm spreading out, you know, I'm not trying to finish this like a sprint in one day. I think it'll be okay because today I can just like focus a little bit on the line art, and then next week we can do like color render, and that'll be very fun. I can't really tell what part of it changes sometimes, but sometimes I can't really tell what part of the art process I like the most. I think it's just everything combined. The process is really fun. And then getting to like see your idea start and then finish is nice. But I do think the most fun part might be sketching and then like final touches. For me at least. It's so satisfying to like go in and do just a tiny little like rendering detail in the eyes or something. I love watching people draw, especially their line art, because it's fascinating to see how people approach it differently from one another. Oh, that's true. I think I don't love line art because a lot of the time I draw, and you might have noticed if you saw me draw the warm-up sketch earlier, a lot of the times I draw, I don't do an undersketch. I just jump right into line art because I just have like very sketchy line art. But I think whenever I already have the sketch under and I do line art over it, I think like to my muscle memory maybe, it just feels like I'm drawing the same thing again. Even though I'm not. It makes such a big difference in the artwork, you know? Even though I'm not drawing the same thing over again, it kind of feels repetitive to my hand. Sketchy. Yeah, my line art is sketchy and my rendering is shady. Evil Mintmai artist. Sketchy line art and shady colors. I like fixing all the awful color choices with layer filters. Ooh, I feel like I used to use a lot more like layer filters and like lighting effects, but I sort of stopped after a while. It wasn't really like I felt like I was relying on them too much, but I just realized that like, I think I have such a specific color palette for at least most of my art right now, because I'm usually drawing the same character. But a lot of my art just has like a very like true to color art style. Like I don't have a special color palette. Some people, their artwork is like very pastel, or like it has like a very nice soft sort of sepia filter over it. I think my art has always been a little bit just like straightforward colors and that's it. I only ever color filter it like at the very end, and I try not to change the colors, but like too much. But I think I like having the option. And also lately, I'm sure you guys have seen the luminosity trend. If you're like an artist that's active anywhere on social media, you guys have probably seen that orange luminosity trend that makes everything like nice and pastel. I've tried it out. It doesn't work with my art because everything's already so orange. It like doesn't make my lighting or like my artwork look better. Because the luminosity layer they're using is orange and my art is already so orange. So I think it doesn't work that well with warm toned artworks. It works really well with like people that have like high contrast artwork, because it just softens like the lighting and the contrast. But if you draw mostly character-based artwork and it's like warm colored already, it just winds up like looking like, oh, it's the same drawing but lighter. I adjusted a bit. It looks nice. I like it. I feel like it totally just depends on the like how you use it and the art style. I've used the luminosity layer on some artworks before. Oh gosh, do you see how I sketched the hands here? It's time to do a second sketch. I do this sometimes only if my original drawing, typically the hands, do like such a terrible job of they do a terrible job of drawing the hands in particular. Your paws. Thank you very much. My paws. You love how soft my art is? Thank you. Oh my gosh, now I have the cat ears on, so I guess I'll keep them on for a little. My paws. Someone will be confused and think that I'm a cat girl VTuber. And I love cat girls, but I unfortunately am not qualified to be one. I didn't pass. I didn't get my license. I feel like I want it to be more like this is like the hand sketch. Oh, whoops, I drew this one on here. That's okay. Let's just take that and crop it out. So I think those are my secondary hand sketch. The concept of a cat girl license. Yeah, I failed the cat girl license. There's enough cat in my house. I don't also have to be cat. Cat girls are certified cute though. Like, how can you not? Everyone loves cats. And so if you combine anime girl with cat, like, of course. Of course it's super cute. Can't cat girl, can't drive man. I can cat girl a little bit. Can't a human girl speak a little bit of cat? 我们一起学猫叫，一起喵喵喵喵喵，在你面前撒个娇，还有喵喵喵喵喵，我的心脏蹦蹦跳。Oh my gosh, that song. Never properly learned it. It's a flustering song. Dana dana da dana， 你不说爱我，我就喵喵喵。 That's learning. I think I forgot the name of the song already. It's like learning how to meow or something like that. Let's learn how to meow like a cat. That's what the lyrics are saying. If you don't say you love me, I will meow. Oop, and there they go. Goodbye, cat girl. I can only be a part-time cat girl. You know, there's so few human VTubers to begin with. I have to keep our kind from going extinct. I do think that there are more now, but I feel like when I was starting out at my bakery, I was like looking around and I was like, at every turn, I'm like, where are the people? Like everyone is also super amazing and creative and really cool, but I'm like, where are the people? Where are the people? I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see him dancing. Guys, someday we're overdue. Someday we're gonna have to do Disney karaoke. There's so many Disney songs that I know them and I really, really love them, and I'm just not brave. You can't just say that. Oh my god. What? No, it's true though. There's so few human VTubers left. I feel like occasionally I like to clarify with people that I'm a person and not a reincarnation or manifestation of a piece of bread, because I think there's often misunderstanding. And while that would be just as fun, I was born this way. I cannot change fate's design. Where every person at? That's true. Arisa VTuber is in fact a person, not a ghost. That's also a common misunderstanding. She can talk to ghosts. She is not a ghost. I think there's quite a few creators like us where it's like human, and yet due to career and or unique abilities and or very bread-like demeanor, we are misunderstood to be non-human VTubers. I think maybe it's because we call you our ghost lady sometimes. Like, I think when I first met Arisa, I think, did I ever mistake you for a ghost? I don't think so. I think it was pretty clear to me that you're a ghost whisperer, so you talk to ghosts, but you yourself are not a ghost. No, you haven't. See, I am a hashtag real one. I'm a real ghostling, guys. I'm a real Arisa VTuber fan. Bread-like demeanor. Listen, just because I was born with a bright orange bread in my eyeballs doesn't mean anything special. It's very, very human. It's very, very human. Look. Look into my eyes. These are just the most human-like eyes you've ever seen, right? And bread in my eyes. I mean, your fate was written in the stars to become a baker. So true. Your cutie mark. I think that VTubers' cutie marks, it's your Oshi mark. That's your cutie mark. Yeah. I'm sorry to break it to you like this. That emoji in your Oshi's name, like that's tattooed on their cheek. I'm sorry you had to find out this way. But it's there. I'm sure it is. I'm confident. And if it's not, well, why am I the only one that has one then? Just kidding. What you don't know can't hurt you. What if I told you I'm technically human? Where are the ears from then? Explain that, bunny girl. Explain this. Yeah, so many of us human VTubers, we're misunderstood. The ears are still on when bald. Wait, yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. It's in the lore. Oh my goodness. I gotta study up. I gotta study up. I guess nowhere in my lore does it really specify that I'm human, but I feel like it should. You should assume that I'm human. In my lore, it literally refers, like, look at the book, you know, page 53. You know, chapter 2, page 53. It refers to me as just a girl. That should ease your mind of any allegations that I could be some kind of bred spirit. Can I get one lick off the whisk, please? I would do that all the time. My mom would make really good cheesecake, and I would always lick the whisks, like, clean. And if we were melting chocolate for whatever reason, we would always lick the whisk clean. Very yummy, yummy cheesecake. You and my sister used to fight over that? You guys never shared it? I think me and my sister kind of had like a... I feel like she wasn't as into licking the whisks or the bowls. Thank goodness, because then I got it all. But I do think, actually more so than the whisk, if you have a batter, like a very yummy batter, and there's still some like leftover in the bowl after pouring it out into like the mold or like pie shell or whatever it may be that you're baking, I would like to take a spatula and like scoop and like scrape the edge of the bowl to like lick. So yummy. I just realized Wiki is mostly just describing your clothes and personality and never once mentions you are human. I am human. Oh, I feel like it should need no explanation, like truly. Just one look at me and you'll know I'm the most human VTuber you've ever seen. Like, I literally have the most normal. Like, this is my hair color. This is my eye color. This is what I wear. Like, it's just the most straightforward ever. The more you say you're human, the more I don't believe. Ah, that's the problem, huh? I feel like if you ever try to like clarify something, then people just want to deny you. Just for the sake of argument. They're like, but you might not be. Maybe you've been deceiving us all along. Maybe this is like a Hansel and Gretel situation where you're preparing the flower friends to feast on them. Why would I say that now, I wonder? Only because it's not true. Oh, she's so normal. Oh, I am so normal. You would know, Miss Ma'am. The most normal. You know, oftentimes, I think I've been hearing lately from friends that I am a quirky person, and I'm like, what? What do you mean? I think my association with the word quirky still comes from people being like, I'm quirky. And so I'm like, that's not something I feel like I could self-proclaim myself as. I feel like as soon as you self-proclaim yourself as quirky, it somehow removes the truth of that title. Is that just me, or am I just being annoying? Because I feel like as soon as someone self-proclaims themselves as quirky, it's like, I feel like if you think you're quirky, then there's a point where you're trying to be quirky. Would a real human not know that butter is dairy? That is the most human thing ever, okay? Because only humans would pawn that hard. Think about it, think about it. All of my blunders, my mispronounced words, reading the name Hugh is Hugh, and reading Bologna as Bologna, and just guesstimating half the time. That's as human as it gets. To err is human. Exactly, exactly. My typos? No, that makes you superhuman. Guess I can't really say you're wrong. Ooh, wait, I have an idea. What if there were like really cute stitches on the apron? Actually, I have stitches on the apron in my maid outfit, which I haven't worn in a really long time. I want to wear that one again soon. I'm gonna take out the maid outfit for Valentine's Day. Remind me. I really want to wear the maid outfit for Valentine's Day. I've already decided what I want to do on Valentine's Day with you guys. We're gonna karaoke. What songs yet? I do not know, but we will karaoke. And I'm considering a few different ideas. Something that won't strain my voice, and it might be, you know, short and sweet, because I've been wanting to do like a little karaoke stream where I don't feel pressured to like sing for 3 whole hours. Ooh, short and sweet. I could sing Sabrina Carpenter. I haven't sung Sabrina Carpenter in a long time. I do like Sabrina Carpenter. I think I want to have, you know, instead of like past karaoke streams where everything is very like miscellaneous songs I know, I do want to feel like some sort of theme. And the theme, just love songs, feels kind of broad. I see what you did there. Okay, it's gonna be on a Saturday too. Yeah, it'll be on a Saturday. Probably 1 or 2 p.m. Pacific time. You know what doesn't strain your voice? League of Legends. I don't believe that. I think that's propaganda. You know what doesn't strain your voice? League. Play League. It'll save your voice, they said. Play League. You'll be so calm, they said. I don't believe that. I don't buy it one bit. You guys know how I like things that are like a little bit cute spicy? And if you didn't know that, now you know. Especially when it comes to like art and outfits. Sometimes I like drawing something that's like a little cute spicy. I kind of want to like have... I don't know how I'll make it look good. But I kind of like if there's like a bra strap showing. I know that's so specific and such like a personal taste thing, but I kind of like it when people wear really cute like lacy things and like it like pokes out a little bit. Like I like that. Ooh, isn't it cute? It just adds a tiny extra something in there without it being like spicy. Wait, that's such a cute idea. Yeah, actually, it's a pretty popular fashion style too. I've seen it mostly on women. I don't think I've seen non-feminine fashion in this format. But I think you could slay it either way. But lately I've been seeing like, how do I explain it? So the shirt is kind of like a little bit lower cut, let's say. Sorry, this is not a great drawing of shirt, but you get the idea. And then like, let's say it's like someone's torso, right? And like, here's the shirt. And then there's like purposely a cardigan or like a undergarment that like pokes out. I think it's kind of cute, you know? Oh my god, I have 4 shirts that look exactly like this. Actually, yeah, this is so your style. You do. I think literally when you were at my house, Miss Arisa, I think you might have had one like that. Oh, actually, we both have shirts that look like this. But I really like when Arisa wears like... I mean, I think I also wear this sometimes, but it's like a shirt. You wear a shirt under. And then on top, you have like one of these like really cute sheer thingies. But it's like a t-shirt under. And then like jeans. That's like so cute. Mm-hmm. I really like that. The double layer. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, I should show you my outfits sometimes. I haven't sent you pictures in so long, Miss Mel. I haven't been keeping up with like, I feel like through traveling and like getting sick and everything, I've fallen really behind keeping up with everyone. I miss my friends. But I got this like sheer top because it looks really cute and it's like specifically for layering like that a long time ago. I think I bought it when I was shopping with my mom around summertime. And right now is certainly not the season to wear it, but I also remember thinking that top like reminds me of your style too. I was like, oh my gosh, Arisa would also pull this off so well. I feel like I guess you are a bit shorter than me, but I do think we could share clothes. I feel like I was still quite shy, I think, the first time meeting in person, right? But I feel like it would be so fun to like style each other. Because cosplaying together with friends is one thing, but then like just like picking clothes out of a closet for friends is like a separate thing. Girl, no same. Don't feel bad about it. You have to take care of yourself. It's true. It's true. I've been doing a lot lately. Just like as soon as bouncing back from being sick, you gotta kind of play the game of catch up. Not mad about it though. I just feel like even before getting sick, I haven't gotten to. There's a few people I just haven't gotten to like message at all lately. And it's more so just me personally being like, oh, I miss you. It happens. Yeah. It's not a problem at all. It's more so like I'm trying to. This is another one of those sort of New Year things. I guess it's the second month of the New Year now. But I sort of have this feeling of like I want to feel just like more relaxed about a lot of things. But then the other side part of me is like, of all times, now is not the time to feel relaxed, Mintmai. There's so much you want to do. And that's true too. But I think more than anything, I guess I'm trying to train myself into like not feeling guilty if I'm not cooking up something huge in the background all the time. Because I think preserving energy and making sure that like you're not burning out and like able to stream consistently, like that's really important. Because at the end of the day, like I like being here. It's pretty funny how fast January passed by. I almost feel like I didn't get a January. I feel like I had 1 week of January and I was like, yay, time with family, yay. And then I got sick and then there was no January. There was no more January. We never saw her again. I want to see like epic Yuri of the months of the year. Sorry, who said that? Did I say that out loud? Can you imagine every month of the year? It's like a beautiful woman. And they like all go to like an academy together. And I think like August and like December would be like the hot and cold couple. August is probably like sexy and December is like cozy. But like they would be cozy and shy December with like a spicy extroverted August. I'm cooking. Pin-up calendar idea, guys. Boom. Mintmai just had one long January day and it was a sick day, basically. Also, hi! Oh my gosh. We have a really great artist in chat right now. Ima. 现在. I'm shy. I feel like I've been quietly looking at your artwork. Do I refer to you as A4 Love Letter? Just like by full legal username? You know? I really like your OC. Yeah, I feel like I just like... I'm oomfies a lot of times. With these really cute... artist VTubers with OCs, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So cute. Getting throwbacks to the cake first combo we had months ago? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. This time I didn't bring up cake first. Okay? I just brought it up because I was flabbergasted, because like, as someone who, like, honestly, in the first place, I read all kinds of romances. I just don't find Omegaverse as appealing, because I feel like a lot of times, maybe there are really good ones out there and I just haven't found them, but I feel like a lot of times the social dynamics of Omegaverse are just very like, sigh, it's the same thing again. Cake first mentioned real. I like learned about it a while back, and I remember like sitting my housemates down and being like, hey guys, so we've all heard of Omegaverse, but have you heard of the one where you've got forks and cakes and a secret third group called normals? Again, no judgment to the authors and fans of the genre. It's more like I was just shocked that like, I kind of wish that the people that were like normals were like called spoons. Cause you wouldn't eat a cake with a spoon, right? And like forks don't really have beef with spoons. So instead of just calling all the NPCs and like side, I guess, characters that aren't involved in the cake first like normal, why not just call them spoons? Like lean into the whimsy a little more, you know? They should put me in the writer's room. Not that I could do a good job with that series. Maybe I could though. You could do so much angst with that. And then I just thought about anthropomorphic forks and cakes romancing each other. Yeah, that's not what the genre that's not what that genre is about. But the name certainly does suggest perhaps such a scene. Actually, something I do want to do this year still. I haven't forgotten. I have it on my stream ideas note, but I really want to do like a manga recommendation sort of conversation. Kind of unlucky timing to do it. Cause I don't know if anyone else has seen the conversation going around about like manga. Cause the unfortunate truth is I think there's a lot of stuff like manga that you can't read unless it's fan translated. But lately there's like whole things about like legalities, and like a site was shut down, like a very large one, like a large database library site. And I've seen like I've seen a lot of stuff going around, but I'm just kind of like, it's hard. The thing is, as an artist myself, I totally understand like we need to support original authors, right? Because it doesn't make sense to forever be consuming content without it ever getting back to its original creators. But at the same time, if there's something that's completely localized and fully inaccessible unless there's fan translators, like I feel like there has to be some kind of healthy middle ecosystem. Maybe that's just me as a manga fan, just like I feel like preserving like manga as a medium, or rather not so much preserving, because I'm sure it's doing just fine, but what I mean is I want more people in the West to like read manga, and I don't want them to only have exposure to like the 5 popular series that they're translating in the West. I want people to read manga that is not Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, or the most popular shoujo of the year. You know what I mean? There are some really good niche series that get into some very serious stuff, and like for instance, you know, I love Witch Hat Atelier and I love Dungeon Meshi, and I really love both of them. I'm glad that they've both been like licensed and localized and distributed, but there are some fantasy mangas or one-shots that are very short and they're very good, but now no one can read them anywhere because they just won't get licensed, because there's no, like, unfortunately, to a publisher, they don't want to license it if there's no money in it. Like if they can't make back the costs of like hiring official translators, printing it, and these things. And so there has to be some kind of balance to it, I feel like, that involves fan-sourced archives so that we can have these things accessible to anyone, while also figuring out how to get the original artists and authors support. But like, I get that it's a complicated conversation, and I don't work in publishing personally. But I have, you know, I do know a thing or two, I guess, about animation. And in animation, we even have cases where like a series creator, and I won't get into the specifics, but like we'll have a series creator who no longer supports the company that their series was made under and was like greenlit by, and they will just publicly say like, please pirate my series. And I'm like, damn, spicy take, but also like, heck yeah, you know, like stand by your morals kind of thing, right? But like you see that sometimes because there are cases in which, you know, there's kind of a split between what the creator wants and what a distributor wants, or like a company wants. One of my favorite manga series, Tetsugaku Letra, only got officially translated to Spanish but not English, so I can't easily recommend it to people. That's really hard. Yeah, I go and buy official stuff, but if I can't read them, I can't really do that the same way because I can't read it. It's hard, especially because copyright laws differ place to place. That's true. Also, I'll be honest, a lot of fan translated series that I also personally enjoyed are series that are not necessarily paywalled, but are like publicly posted on Pixiv or Twitter. Like there's plenty of more indie manga artists or large manga artists that publish their works on social media, but like don't translate it themselves, and then fans translate and share that with like credit to the author's name. And I think that that's like an important ecosystem to preserve. As someone that's been reading manga for so long and really loves manga, I'm just like, I don't know exactly where some kind of happy solution may lie. But in my mind, I'm like, there's just gotta be something that isn't just like blocking everything that's not regionally available. Because the beauty of fan-made things is like, or like fans putting effort into translating things is like, you can see a series and you can see it being fan translated into like literally any language. Because people are passionate about getting other people to read what they care about. And I think it's an important way to even get series popular enough to later be officially licensed. You know? There's so many series that are really popular now that I was only able to first find out about because of fan translators. So I think it's a tough feeling. Yeah, it really feels like there isn't a one-size-fits-all solution, because it's hard to think of what would be best for everyone and like the industry as a whole. Because I think the tough thing is also like posting your series or like posting your artwork on social media. It doesn't make money like to support an artist, right? Like let's say they're making a self-published manga or something like that. Posting the pages onto social media doesn't support them unless it like pops off enough to get them to like have a fan base which will either like support merch or like in print copies of these things. It's very, very difficult to turn like sharing art purely on social media into something that can sustain like a kind of career. And I guess you could say the same thing about any sort of content, right? I guess I've just been thinking a lot about it as someone that loves manga so much. And now I want to recommend people a bunch of things, but I'm like, is there somewhere you can read it anymore? You know? Like, I want to talk manga recommendations, but like I kind of want it to reach a point in time, or like a point where I can feel confident that there's a place where you can read the series. Because I'm sure otherwise, if I recommended a lot of these series that are already very licensed in English, then people already are aware of that. Not just manga, but most of the danme I've read only got the popularity to be translated because of fan translations. Exactly, because if you think about it, I personally don't have a lot of experience reading danme, but like I know a lot of the series, and I know that they're very, very popular. I haven't gone, like there's Heaven's Official Blessing, that's danme, right? I think that's one of the very popular ones I see. And the thing is, like how would people have discovered any of that media without fan translations, right? How would have anyone known? I think that's the struggle. Guys, I can't believe I'm saying this right now, but I think we're getting there. Line art. It's hard, but we're getting there. Yep, I read that first one through fan translation. Yeah, exactly. It's like how would people have known to support the series? Because like you can't expect people to just find it organically and then read it in the original language with like a translator. Like unfortunately, that's extremely difficult. People will only do that for like a series that they already know and love that's just like no longer getting translated or something. And even at that point, someone would try to like immediately share their fan translations with everyone else. It's really just a matter of accessibility. I think something that I hope can like keep the conversation going about all of this is like yes, there's a lot of things that have to do with like the legal and financial side of things, but it's not that fans don't want to support the authors. It's it's like we need a way to read these things. There needs to be a way to see them at all before you can become a fan. Right? I don't know. I don't have a good analogy for it. But for instance, it'd be really difficult. It'd be really difficult to like recommend manga in the future and things like that if everyone only knows the series that are like localized. I think cultural exchange as well, like through media, is so important. So I don't know. I hope it keeps, I hope this keeps moving in a positive direction, I suppose. Hi, the illustration's looking cute. Love the facial expression. Thank you. I've been working very hard on this illustration in particular. It's for Valentine's Day. And I haven't drawn something specifically for Valentine's Day. At least not something that I've put this much time into in a hot minute. So I'm excited. Heart eyes. No heart eyes. I'll figure that out later. Maybe like how songs get Maybe like how songs get radio play before buying the album. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really need an analogy in particular. What? Sorry for the jump scare. All I did was charge my Apple Pencil. Hello? It's because my iOS updated on its own. Let me see. Oh, okay. It just went away with a click. I was like... I just put my pen down. And then Apple went, would you like this large screen in front of you? Kawaii. 很可怕啊 da, 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 da. Oh my gosh, since I stream from my iPad, I have AirDrop off, but can you imagine? Can you imagine? You know, back in the day when AirDrop was like everyone just had it on publicly and people would just like AirDrop each other memes on the metro or something like that? That's so scary if you think about it. I have it off though, obviously, but back in the day you could get airdrops from strangers. Or like a lot of people just had the habit of setting it to like everyone can airdrop them. Let me think if I want the side. See, that really changes how it looks though. Having the eyeball or the side eyelashes, not the eyeball. Do I like it? Do I like it? Yes/no. YN. Y/N. Oh, they both look kind of cute. I'm deciding. Okay, maybe... blushy face. Yeah, blushing expression. It's cute. It's for Valentine's Day. It's gonna be with, I'll have some, like, chocolate. I don't know. I'll probably doodle some more little background elements later, perhaps? But yeah, flustered look. I feel like I want to stick a flower friend. Need to have a flower friend in here somewhere. I've drawn a Cupid flower friend before for my song cover. Oh yeah, maybe you guys are the ones that are trying the... that are tasting what's on the whisk first. I like always sometimes giving flower friends, like, it's like a backpack and then it's got wings on it. Instead of just suddenly giving you guys wings out of nowhere. It's like a costume that way. Isn't that cute? This is more of a sketch. And look at that, like, little arrow through the ears. Little fake arrow. How do I make sure that it looks fake so it doesn't look scary? I don't want it to look scary, like a... I mean, I guess it would look like a piercing. But I want it to look like it's, like, clearly, like, taped on there. Oh, maybe it's like this kind. Like the little rubber feet. No, that just looks like it's hurting you. No! I know that, like, on people they have, like, the headband. But that looks kind of funky on a flower friend, though. Doesn't it? Because it's on the ears? I think if it's a headband... Ouch. No! I feel like if it's on the headband... No, I would never let you guys get hurt. Maybe it's like a headband this way. That's kind of cute. Instead of like being on the ears. Oh, the Cupid arrow. Yeah, like what if it's more like this? You see the vision? I always really like including you in the illustrations because I think it looks so cute. I think I have to change the canvas size a little. But if I make it a little bit wider, like this. I was about to suggest lowering it. No, because I think it'll be like the flower friend is like eating, is like licking the whisk. That's so cute! Yippee! I'm so excited to continue this. Wait, is Valentine... Okay, phew. Valentine's Day is not next week. I'm like scaring myself. I think we can continue this like literally next week. I'm gonna see how much stuff I have to do this week. But I'm hoping to have a Pomodoro stream tomorrow. But it's possible that it doesn't happen. It's possible that tomorrow I just lock in. But I'll see. I'll see. But if we have any Pomodoroing tomorrow, it'll be like early in the day. And it might just be like not for very long because I have to do things. Oh, I have to be an adult. This is quite cute. I like the flower friend Cupid a lot. Nom 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 nom. Nom 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 nom. The only other idea I have at the moment is chocolate being pretzel bark. Oh, I feel like for the sweets in the background, I might keep them like super simple. Mostly just because I feel like to draw pretzel bark or anything that has super complex toppings, you have to like lock in. You have to draw it so much more detailed. But maybe I will clean up the sketch later. Oh, I know. I wanted to do a... Because now I have like a chocolate truffle here. But I think I also wanted to have like more various sweets floating around. Like maybe a chocolate covered pretzel, right? Doesn't that sound cute? Yeah, like a chocolate covered pretzel. I've gotten really good at drawing pretzels over time. They're never perfect first try though. They're a little chonky. Just got home from dinner and you cooked. Wow, thank you. Thank you. I ended up deciding to go with like textured line art and I think it helped make it look extra cute. Yay. Okay. Yeah, like little chocolate dipped pretzel moment. That is looking very cute. So we got baked goods, we got flustered Mintmai, we got flower friend sneaking a bite of the whisk. I'm still struggling with pretzels. I'm definitely getting more used to drawing it, but yeah, it still takes a bit. I'm sorry, everyone. I formally apologize to everyone. Mintmai's a liar. She said that she wanted to do her best in her time to make sure she was a very easy to draw girl, but in fact, she lied by having one of the most difficult Oshi marks to draw. A pretzel. Especially when it's at an angle too. I've definitely had a learning curve myself. I have to figure it out. She lied as easily as she giggled. I giggle so much. It actually bothers me. This is not the place and time to open up about such an insecurity, but... Ah, there I go again. I giggle so much. And I think it can bother me sometimes because I'm like, I don't want to be laughing at myself. It's healing. I feel like you're being... I feel like you're giving like has Oshi glasses on. It's like you see the world through rose-tinted glasses, but instead it's like Flower Friends filtering out so that every negative about Mintmai becomes a positive. When I'm like, oh, I feel like me giggling or like breathing. Like I feel like if I laugh too much or if I feel like I hear myself inhale. And then it's more of like, maybe I just don't like hearing myself as much, but I'm like, I feel like I breathed in too much this stream. Or I can hear myself like inhale after I giggle or laugh, and it bugs me. It bugs me because I just hope that it's not like I guess like an uncomfortable audio. Oh dear. I feel like everyone's having the very like opposite reaction. Girl, you're supposed to breathe though. I guess it's more like my mic is pretty sensitive. More sensitive than I remembered it being. And then I can hear myself going like, oh. And I'm like, girl, you're not swimming. Why are you gasping for air mid-stream? No, I think I used to be more insecure about my voice. But I think part of it is me being like... Part of it is just me being picky with myself. I think it's because only recently have I wondered to myself. It was because I was sick, and so I was like, I wonder how congested I was. And then I watched a little bit too much of my own stream, and I was like, you know how people say that's actually really good to do though? For if you're a streamer or a VTuber, it's really good to actually watch back your own stream. And if you start to get bored, even if it is you, but if you start to get bored, it's good to like, that's like how you, I guess, learn certain skills. I never did it very much. I think I just got more comfortable, but I think there is a little bit of a learning curve when it comes to knowing how to, I guess, conduct a conversation and not just be like silent for minutes at a time. Cause yeah, I think in my very early streams I was quiet. There was a lot of more quiet moments, and I'm a yapper, so I think I fill up a lot of the silence, but even then it's like a skill to learn. So considering those things, and mostly that I was just sick and worried about how much congestion I could hear in myself, I went back and I was like, my voice. I think a lot of people surprisingly have insecurities about their voices and laughs, but I feel like most others don't notice the things you worry about, or even if they do, it doesn't bother them. That's very reassuring. But it's true. Girl, you're supposed to breathe. No, Mintmai! Don't hold your breath on stream. You're not supposed to do that. It's like that meme. I feel like it's not really a meme that I could see myself using for myself or Flower Friends, but I just think the image is so funny. Like the no insert character from certain media's name, holding it in doesn't do anything, and it's just their face is like completely like pink from holding their breath. I also think that this is how much I'll be doing for today. For on the art, unless I lied as easily as I breathed, unless I suddenly feel a kick to do more line art. Oh, hold on, she's doing it. I realized I added the flower friend and I was like, this is not much more line art to do. Let's finish the line art so we can celebrate together finishing line art. A flower friend holding in the smoke would be funny, not gonna lie. I know, it would be so funny, but Mintmai's bakery, Mintmai's Bakery would have a sign that gently discourages smoking for your lungs. It would be awfully funny though. Like the artwork. What does it look like again? It's like this. For illustrative purposes only. For your lungs and your overall health, please do not smoke. Bakery is smoke-free. I think the problem is, I understand, like, I think especially, you know, it's really hard if this is like a habit you've built and it's very difficult to like quit kind of thing. And so I would never want to, I don't know. It's hard for people that are resolving to quit, right? And so that's something that should be like encouraged and cheered on. But yeah, at the same time, it's like best not to start. You know what I mean? But like, this is funny. Like cold turkey on the devil's lettuce. Congratulations! I'm so proud of you. Like, actually, because I think it's really hard. It's really hard to wean yourself off of like certain habits. Actually, wouldn't it be so funny if I like made it like a little bread? It's like a smoking piece of charcoal. All it is like a really charred piece of toast. But yeah, congratulations. It's really hard. Like stuff like that can be so difficult and troubling. So I encourage, you know, I truly think it's really best not to start. And even then, if you're in the process of quitting, it's one of those things where it's like, stay strong, be kind to yourself, but also like stay strong because you're doing something that's good for you. And you're like taking care of your body. The flower friend eye bags, they speak to me. Let me give them a little more, like, give them a little extra dimension. Oh my gosh. You're doing really great, Jezda. We're very proud of you. Congratulations again. Yeah, flower friend eating burnt toast, which you should not hold in your mouth. I think on a scale of like 1 to 10, the difficulty of the pretzel I've drawn today, like today was a decent pretzel day, you know? Yeah, let's do a little bit of a chocolate dipped pretzel situation. Have little heart sprinkles. Just like Kogepan. Oh my gosh, wait, so true. Kogepan drinks milk. And for the breads in that universe, that's like beer. So that's actually so true. You guys are just like Kogepan. Nomming away the worries with some toasted bread. The little flower friend is just here on the illustration. I'm gonna leave it there until I finish this line art. The thing I have to remind myself about line art is it does not have to be perfect. It's just that getting it done will make me feel so good later when I'm coloring. And it definitely can be fun in its own way. Even though I call line art my personal hell sometimes. Emotional support flower friend. Emotional support flower friend. I'm getting kind of hungry. Good timing. Good art timing. Dun, 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 dun. Little flower friend legs. Wow! Oh my gosh. Wow, thank you so much for the redirect. Welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh. Kya is my Oshi. Hello, hello, fairy Oshi. Cries. I'm so glad you're back. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the YouTube redirect. Also, if you happened to also raid on Twitch, don't worry too much about, you know, please don't worry too much about diverting your attention around. Do your after stream care, please. Welcome, everyone. Welcome in. Hi, I'm Mintmai. I'm a baker idol. Finally get to redirect on here. Kya, I moved from Twitch to YouTube in November, or like at the end of October. And since then, I've been chilling. We're working on some Valentine's Day artwork of me. This is my mascot. No, flower friend! Holding it in doesn't do anything, and it's like a burnt piece of toast. It's been a while since the change. Yeah, and honestly, it's been good for me, like, mentally. Her face is so kawaii. Ooh. Do you want to see the alternate version I have? Hold on. I have to, like, ignore the fact that I have to turn off, like, 10 layers. So, I also workshopped, like, the yandere variant in the sketch. I don't know. Maybe I'll still make this real. Yandere. Oh my goodness. I'm very sorry for throwing around the random Japanese. I've been trying to learn a little bit, but then whenever I actually practice it, I feel like that meme of the guy wearing the yukata with his, like, hands together. I don't think I would use it on stream much, especially because it's not something I'm particularly familiar with yet. Eventually, though. Let's out the biggest hell yeah in the world. Hell yeah, boy. Oh my gosh. I guess I have to make the yandere variant now. Ichikamaya said so. I guess I just have to. I suppose you guys will get the extra variant. I suppose I could do that. But yeah, I'm working on this illustration for Valentine's Day. The concept is I'm baking. But then get flustered. And then I tried to, you know, put together a bunch of really cute, fluffy, frilly elements that I like in my fashion, but with my idol hairstyle. And I think I'm probably the most proud of this waffle hair clip. That's my art showcase at the moment. But I plan to continue drawing this, like, next week. So I'm trying to keep the art streams to Sundays right now, just like the good old days. I like when I have a little bit of consistency like that. But yeah, I'll try to do art stream once a week still. But I should be continuing this next Sunday, if not like Saturday. It'll be confirmed on my schedule when the time is here. I almost said when the time is nigh. Why would I say that? I don't speak like that. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill. The one in the gold and black yukata? Yes. It's cause like I catch myself trying to practice it back, and what makes it worse is my housemate is also studying it, and so neither of us speak any Japanese, but because me and some friends are like traveling in March to Japan, we're trying to at least brush up on like the slightest bit of basic, because like you want to, as much as possible, I want to reduce how much I need to stand there as I force someone to wait as I punch something into a translator. I think that didn't happen too much last time I was in Japan, but there's a lot of stuff I want to see, and I just want to be as like respectful of a tourist as possible, if that is possible, kind of thing. So I'm trying to genuinely brush up on at least like basic responses. But sometimes we've been practicing together that I was like, but neither of us are fluent, so neither of us are an accurate point of like reference. Although they actually have an instructor, so like it's different. For me, I haven't actually been able to like sign up for a class, also because I want to, but I think I will maybe a little bit later. Right now I'm playing Sick Catch Up. But maybe in a bit. Although if I am traveling to Japan in like a month, or like a little over a month, it could be good to start now. I don't know. It could be good. But yeah, I really like learning languages though. When the whole crew doesn't know a darn thing. I think it's good to use Japanese as often as you can when you're studying, even if it's simple phrases or filler words. So far, I've been the best at using loan words. And you can see how that doesn't help. I've been able to use all the loan words, and I'm like, ah, yes, because this is a loan word from English. I'm like, oh, I'm not learning anything. It's okay. Improvement has been happening, so it'll be okay. I'm learning, I say, shaking my fist at the sky. I definitely know more than before. And maybe that's saying something. But yeah, I think saying like, oh yeah, I know a couple of loan words, like that's nothing. English is my first language. Knowing loan words that are loaned or like are the same, sound the same phonetically pretty much as the English word, but just pronounced ever so slightly differently. I feel like it doesn't count much. Although I will say it is interesting to learn like what is a loan word and what isn't a loan word. That's kind of something I'm still in the ongoing process of trying to practice. I realized for these last few pastries I made the line art thicker, but it's okay. It happens. Because I zoomed all the way in, so I didn't keep the thickness consistent. That's what I get for using a textured pen with really nice line weight. I'm really happy with this though. Thank you guys for hanging out with me as I started a new drawing today. Very exciting to draw with you guys on stream again. Okay, this is where I will leave off today. We're gonna start coloring next week at the same time. That's my prediction right now, but the actual schedule will be on Twitter. Thank you for all of the redirects, all the memberships today, and all of the love and support always. But I'll see you guys again. I'll see you guys again tomorrow or the day after. Waiting, you'll see the waiting room and stream schedule up soon. But yeah, hopefully we can get in a little Pomodoro time if I can tomorrow. But if not, you'll have to forgive me. I don't want to overpromise anything before I take a really good look at my calendar. But yeah, I'll try to make it happen. But tomorrow or the day after at latest, I will see you very soon again, and I'll share, little work in progress artwork and things like that. Let me see. I'll bring us over here. Yay! Yay! Thank you for the super cute stream. Thank you guys. Hey, yay! I'm so happy getting to stream and getting to hang out with everyone. Yippee! Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell and leave a comment. Am I doing the YouTube thing right? I feel like I've basically gone past the statute of limitations for that though. I can no longer go like, hey, I'm a new YouTuber. Ding! I'm a novice at this. I don't think I can do that anymore. I've been here since November. I've been here and completely left Twitch since November, so yeah. I just hope, I'm wishing everyone well. I hope you guys stay warm, be cozy this winter, and I will see you guys in the next video. And then I play really cool outro music. Play really cool outro music while my YouTube playlists pop up in the top corners, and the title of the stream is drawing again ? Part 5. Cool EDM outro music. Yes. Oh, you guys are all from the same era of YouTube as me. That's so fun. Alrighty. Strobe lights. Yeah, strobe lights. Got a little gif of me in the bottom right corner or something. That's actually not even far from the truth. I really appreciate you guys again though. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, this is funny. I almost never get to raid this person. I'm just gonna redirect to... Am I redirecting to the right stream? Usually I don't stream this late, but I believe that they're live now. We're gonna raid my grandson, Malam Sundari. He's very funny. Go hang out. Have fun over there. Yeah, you guys might know him as cafe owner from VCraft Enchanted. But woohoo! He's doing an wait, this is an interesting... I didn't see this waiting room, but it's am I the a-hole marshmallow stream? So yeah, go enjoy, have fun, and I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna go, chill, eat dinner. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time, okay? Yippee! And because we are redirecting today, just remember, be super cool, super chill, get engaged with the streamer. Do not mention me unless they mention me, kind of thing. You know the etiquette. I trust you guys. Flower friends represent. But yeah, I'll see you guys later, since it's their first time raiding into this channel. I'll see you in the next video. Mintmai rocket is blasting off again. I totally didn't forget. Wait, there's 3 BGMs playing at once. I'm a professional streamer. Bye-bye! Love you guys, bye! That was the Rude Sandstorm.